Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business, and remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
Born and raised in Edmond, Oklahoma, Trevor Randall is very familiar with the area and the Oklahoma economy. Trevor enjoys helping customers just like you identify the insurance coverage that best fits their needs, with over 19 years of experience to help you better understand the options, whether that's auto, home, renters, business insurance, and more. So give Randall Insurance Agency a call at 405-341-7878 and let us help you get the protection you need with the service you deserve.
Anger, anxiety, worry, and disbelief, these are normal emotions to feel with an unplanned pregnancy. You have options, and you are not alone. Hope Pregnancy Center in Alva is a safe, confidential, and compassionate place to land. Hope offers free pregnancy testing and ultrasound, and you will be provided education for all your options. Remember, you aren't alone. We can help with hope. Visit thinkimpregnant.org. That's thinkimpregnant.org. Anger.
Under a clear sky with a game-time temperature on this Friday night of 79 degrees, we welcome you live to Southern Oklahoma. Squirtle's first ever Game of the Week visit to Sulphur, Oklahoma, in Calvin A.G. Field for a huge Class 3A showdown out of Class 3A District 2. Tonight it's the unbeaten Marlow Outlaws at 8-0 and ranked third in the state, taking on 5-2 Sulphur. The Bulldogs come in ranked sixth. Hello again, everyone, and good evening. I'm Todd Miller, along with Dustin Goodnow, Ellis Sunken, and Camden Billy. Glad to be along with you tonight, as we mentioned, for the first time ever here for the campus of Sulphur High School. And what a matchup we have. Two teams, Dustin Goodnow, that really have had this game circled on their schedule really since the start of the season, and a pivotal 3 games to close out the regular season, kicking off here tonight in Sulphur.
No question, Todd. You look at it, both teams 4-0 in district play. Of course, you talked about it, Marlow 7-0, Sulphur just 2 blemishes on the season so far, and that was to open up the year to number 1 Washington and then to Davis, but since then have reeled off 5 straight and ready for a big matchup here tonight against Sulphur.
Sulphur would like to have a do-over against nearby Davis. They had owned that series against the Wolves. It's an inter-county battle here in Murray County. They had won 7 straight against the Wolves, but just did not play very well in week number 2 and lost 15-14. No shame in losing by 3 scores to Washington, who's one of the top teams despite playing out of Class 2A in the entire state of Oklahoma. Sulphur, Marlow, both they have been on a collision course now for the last month. Since conference play started, they have really started to roll. The Bulldogs are 4-0 in district play. In district play this year, they've outscored their opponents 182-14. The last 3 opponents being Douglas and Lone Grove on the road and Pauls Valley here 2 weeks ago at home. The winning margin of victory 137-7. After this, the two teams will take chances at number 1 ranked Heritage Hall. Next week, Sulphur is in Oklahoma City to take on the Chargers. Marlow will finish at Heritage Hall in 2 weeks. And again, the winner has an inside track to hosting a first-round playoff game out of Class 3A District 2. Coaching matchup tonight, Corey Cole is in his first full season here in Murray County. He took over last year after the death of the state's third all-time winningest coach in Jim Dixon. He passed on September the 11th of 2022. At the time, he'd been at Sulphur for 48 years, registered 347 victories. Cole then took the program for the final 7 games, went 3-4. He's been a longtime employee here of the Sulphur school system. This is his 18th year as the district's athletic director. And again, this year, he has his ball club, his first full season of the job at 5-2. Matt Weber, if the last name doesn't register with you, it probably should. The name Weber is a coaching icon here in the state of Oklahoma. His dad, Joe Davis, was at nearby Davis from 1988 through 2000. He won 2 state titles and had 133 wins. Joe's son, Jody, and the older brother of Matt Weber, coached at Davis from 2001 to 2017, won a pair of state titles with the Wolves and 193 victories. At the time Joe then retired, Jody took over. Matt was the head coach at Ada, Class 4A school. His dad, Joe, was the assistant there for a while before, again, Matt Weber taking over at Marlow. And he has had a terrific run. He's in his fourth season. Matt Weber has led Marlow to a state championship. That came back in 2021. It was the program's first since 1964. And Matt Weber enters tonight's matchup in 4 seasons on the job in Marlow, having won 41 of 47 ball games. When you look at the numbers, these two teams very, very similar. Dustin, I think the advantage goes to Sulphur in terms of being more physical. However, a ton of experience on that Marlow offense and defense.
No question. You talked about Sulphur being physical. Well, they run the ball for over 265 yards a game, still throw it for 190 with the sophomore Colton Cole, averaging almost just over 455 yards per game offensively for Marlow. They're putting up good numbers as well, over 35 points per game, and their defense outstanding this year, giving up just under 10.
The captains are meeting at midfield. We'll have the coin toss here momentarily, and we'll be just about ready to kick things off on this Friday night of football here in Murray County from Sulphur High School. And Sulphur is appropriately named. If you've ever been here, you know why it is named Sulphur, and it certainly is living up to its name here on this football Friday night. We are back with tonight's kickoff. It is week 8 of the high school football season. 5-2, 6th-ranked Sulphur, unbeaten, 8-0, and 3rd-ranked Marlow. It's coming up next to the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
Few things bring communities together like high school sports. The passion, the drama, the atmosphere, the tremendous thrill of victory, and the agonizing pain of defeat. There's nothing like it, and nobody in Oklahoma brings you all of that better than Squirtle. So sit back, hold on, and get ready for another thrilling ride, because it's time once again for the Squirtle Game of the Week.
Dr. Devin Nightingale is your chiropractic choice in North Edmond with easy access from Cashion, Guthrie, Luther, and all the Oklahoma City surrounding areas. As a former college athlete, Dr. Nightingale understands the importance of a fully functioning body to gain that competitive edge. Also certified in prenatal and pediatric treatments, Dr. Nightingale sees all types of patients, ranging from 2 weeks old to 97 years old. We offer conservative treatments to get you back in the game, whether you're a weekend warrior or a professional athlete. So give us a call at 405-471-5565 for a free consultation today.
Are you looking for a local, reliable propane provider? Earnhardt Oil and Propane has been serving customers throughout Oklahoma since 1971. Let them tailor a pricing option to fit your budget. Avoid winter price spikes with easy pay, steady, predictable monthly payments you can count on. Need more fuel options? They also offer bulk fuel delivery, DEF, lubricants, and supplies for your business, all at competitive prices. For reliability 3 generations strong, call Earnhardt Oil and Propane at 866-270-1279 or visit www.earnhardtpropane.com. Are you looking for...
Todd Miller, Dustin Coteau, the Squirtle crew with you tonight from Calvin A.G. Field in Sulphur, Oklahoma. Southern Oklahoma football tonight between Marlow and Sulphur, 2 communities, about a 70-minute drive separating one another, and both teams have a ton of history. Sulphur won a couple of state titles under the late legendary coach Jim Dixon. We told you that Sulphur was led to the gold ball 2 seasons ago by Matt Weber. He's now in his 4th season of the Outlaw sideline, and they have been just dynamite over the last several seasons. In fact, in 2019 and 2021 combined, they won 26 of 27 ball games in that title. As we alluded to earlier, in 2021, the program's first since 1964. The Cowboy Bells, the air horns are out. It is a red and white cladded home side here in Sulphur tonight. Now Marlow comes in for the east side of the stadium, and we're ready for kickoff tonight between number 3 and number 6 here in Class 3A. District 2. Again, the winner will face Heritage Hall one of the next 2 weeks, and will have the inside track to host a first-round game. They will be matched up with 3A District 1 in the opening round of the playoffs. Last year, Sulphur won this ball game. Marlow finished with a winning record of 7-4. Sulphur last year went 4-5. It was the program's first losing season in nearly a decade when they went 4-7 in 2014. Dustin, some games just have a bigger feel, and even before this place packed out on both sides, it just felt differently when we got here to the stadium.
It certainly did. And you mentioned it. Both sides are absolutely packed with fans. Sulphur on the near side where we are at, and across the way we can see the Marlow fans. A ton of people here set up tonight to watch this one. You're going to still have a lot of people with the track that surrounds this field as well. A lot of people standing up watching this one. So that tells you just how important and how big this game is tonight to both of these communities and schools.
You can see Sulphur coming out of the field first, red and white tops. Marlow almost looks like Penn State as they're all white with navy numerals and lettering. Our referee for tonight's game is Tim Dotterer. The umpire is Will Forkiller. The wing judge is Daniel Scott along with Kayla Forkiller. And the back judge is Trenton Stamps. Marlow will move from left to right. Sulphur won the opening coin toss. They defer to the second half. Deep to receive the kickoff for the Outlaws will be number 6. That is Keller Kazar. He is a 5'9", 148-pound junior. They have a second wide receiver, or a second return man, Clint Layden. He stands inside the 5-yard line. This is an east-west facility here at Sulphur. We're ready to go. The place kicker is Colton Cole, a huge sophomore kid, and he kicks it away, and it's going to be Kazar from the 9. He cuts left to the 10, swings wide left to the 15 to the 20, and then he is tackled near the 21-yard line, and that's where it will be a first down and 10 for the Marlow Outlaws. Their center is a senior, Owen Long. The guards are Jason Manning, and Jesus Flores is one of the top 100 players in the state, according to Vipe in their preseason publication. The right tackle, Caden Lewis. The left tackle is Gage Hickson. The offensive line averages better than 288 pounds, tackle to tackle. First down and 10, officially at the 24-yard line is where the run ends, with 11:29 to go here in the opening quarter. The quarterback is Cade Gilbert. We'll tell you more about him in just a moment. The opening setback is King Harrison. He shifts off to the right of Gilbert. The tight end motions, that's Jace Hunt to the near side, and the give goes straight ahead to King Harrison, and Harrison is rolled down after a 5-yard gain to the 29-yard line. So to bring up second down, Cade Gilbert is the second of the Gilbert boys to be the quarterback at Marlow. It expands 5 years. His brother, Jace, was the quarterback and led the Outlaws to that 2021 state title, and he now is on the Iowa State roster. Last year was the Cyclones place kicker. Second down and 5. Tight end motions from right to left. Hunt on a quarterback. They hand it off left to King Harrison. He's hit. Now he squirts out. Harrison with a first down across the 35-yard line, and now a flag comes into the near side as King Harrison has a first down carry. He took a shot, Dustin, but somehow was able to stay on his feet and move the chains.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive. Again, a good run from Harrison, and we see the call. Looks like it's going to be a sideline warning against Sulphur on the near side.
I don't know how well you can see it. They're using pink flags tonight for Breast Cancer Month. The run is 10 for King Harrison, the 5'11", 150-pound senior, and it's first down number 1 for Marlow at the 39-yard line. We have played a minute and a half here in the opening quarter from Sulphur in Murray County, Southern Oklahoma. No score between 3 and 6 tonight in Class 3A. A pistol formation. They will hand it off again. That is King Harrison, and Harrison gets to the 44-yard line. He's going to pick up almost 5. I'll tell you what, Dustin, you will take that all evening long.
Yeah, you certainly will. That's another good run on first down. Sets you up well here on second down if you're Marlow.
Clint Layden is in there now as the tailback. It's second down and 5 at the 44-yard line. We're under 10 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Todd Miller, Dustin Gooddoe with you tonight here on Squirtle. Wing right, 2 receivers that way. They fake the handoff. Throwing the first time is Gilbert. Now he's going to scramble, and he is wrestled down near the 45-yard line. Good tackle that time by Bear Webb, the 6', 183-pound junior at defensive end.
Yeah, it was. And again, you see Gilbert trying to escape outside, and that closed quickly there on the far sideline. Nice play defensively to limit that gain to nothing and bring up third and 5.
Clint Layden, the freshman, 5'10", 175, remains in the backfield. Corbin Dittner, the tight end, is lined up to the far side. Also into the lineup for Marlow is, Cade Gilbert, but he's out of a pistol formation. No gain of that last play. It's third down and 5 at the 44-yard line. No score. Marlow with the game's first possession. Now Gilbert goes up behind the line of scrimmage. They're going to shift with the tight end motion to the near side. It's a keeper straight ahead, and Gilbert will not get there. They're going to stop him at the 46-yard line. He only gets 2. And that time, the linebacking core, and it's a good one. Matlick, along with Garrett and Mobley, all were there to ensure there would not be a first down carry.
Well, and you saw just for a second, it looked like Marlow thought about maybe going for that, all of a sudden rushing off everybody, and they're going to decide to punt the football. Had they gotten a little bit more on third down, you might have seen them go for it.
Cade Gilbert, the quarterback, punts it away. It's a pretty good punt. It's a wobbly one to the far side, and they'll make the fair catch. And they make it near the 23-yard line. So here we go. It was a first down series, and then 3 plays it out after that for the Outlaws. And now Sulphur will have it at the 24-yard line with no score in this Class 3A District 2 showdown. First down and 10 for the Bulldogs. 9:31 to go here with the first quarter. We will see for the first time the sophomore quarterback Colton Cole. He is a good kid, 6'3", 221 and a sophomore. He's thrown for already 1,300 yards, 17 touchdowns, and only 4 interceptions. But he is a load. He looks like he is a senior and he's only a sophomore. They go with a full diamond look at the backfield. They'll hand it off on first down. I think that was Jeremiah Knowles. And not much doing as Knowles is going to get a couple, maybe 3, to the 27-yard line. They're shuffling personnel and in and out. Davenport will come in. Also coming in for the Bulldogs of Sulphur will be, well, I'm not certain. I think it's Coy Myers perhaps. Colton Cole gets the sign. Now huddles the troops up. Line of scrimmage at the 27 at 2nd and 7. Under 9 minutes to play here in the first quarter. They go with a tight end left, 2 receivers to the near side. They motion a man to the far side. Now they're going to hand it off in a jet sweep. That's Briar Davenport. Makes a cut and gets a first down across the 35 out to the 38-yard line. And he needed that cut to get away from Blade Harris, the free safety at junior, 5'10", 167.
Well, a terrific call on the jet sweep, and you see a good speed from Davenport that time to break it outside and pick up the first down for Sulphur.
11 yards on Davenport's carry. Didn't have a carry total for him. He does have 9 receptions, 2 touchdowns, and 190 yards through the air receiving coming in. First down, number 1, Sulphur. They move from right to left. That's west to east here at Sundown in Murray County. Single setback. Now they're going to hand it off straight ahead. There's a little bit of contact, struggling for a couple of yards and no more. Out to the 41-yard line. That's going to go, I believe, to Coy Myers, the senior tailback, who had 62 carries coming in.
Well, initially it looked like Myers didn't pick up a whole lot. I think they're going to end up giving him 3. That was Peyton Eady from Marlow on the near side that able to make a good stop and limit him to 3.
Hudson Morgan was also in there, a sophomore linebacker, 203. He's a good one. 2nd and 7 on the 41-yard line. One back set, receivers left and right. Tight end to the far side, back to throw. Cole has time, stays high, throws left, and the ball is in and out of the hands of Brayton Gaddy to the near side. It would have been right at the first down marker. Instead, it's an incompleted pass, and it's 3rd and 7.
Well, you know Gaddy's kicking himself there. That was a good throw from Cole, and he had plenty of room and was wide open on the near side. Would have picked up a first down, so now instead you're looking at 3rd and long if you're Sulphur.
Marlow in their opening drive picked up a first down, was 0 of 1 on 3rd down. This is the first time Sulphur has gone to 3rd down of the evening with 7:48 to play, and the clock stopped here. As we approach the midway point of the opening quarter, there's no score. Expect a low-scoring, tight physical battle here tonight. They'll go with 3 backs in the backfield. It's a full diamond look with a single receiver split to the near side. That's Gaddy. They hand it off straight ahead, and not much doing. I think that was Davenport that was in the backfield, and he's able to get to the 46-yard line, a gain of 5. It's still going to be about 2.5, maybe 3 yards short of the needed yardage to gain, and we'll have to see right here what Corey Cole elects to do. You would think he would probably punt it away with Colton Cole.
Well, in decision time, you see him still having a word with Colton Cole on the near side as he's going to send the play in, and it looks like Sulphur's going to go for this one, Tom, from their own 45.
Well, and don't discount a quick kick either when your punter is also the quarterback. They're at the 45. They need to get to the 48, and they're running into the field. A big gamble here early. Full house look at the backfield. They're going to go for it. Cole throws it out left. This time Gaddy holds on to make the reception and a first down catch at the 47-yard line of Marlow. Boy, he had all day long behind that offensive line, Dustin, that averages almost 200 pounds tackle to tackle, and there was nobody within 4 yards of Gaddy here on the near side.
No, a lot of respect that time from Gaddy, giving him a ton of cushion, and that's an easy pitch and catch if you're Colton Cole, and this time Gaddy's able to hang on and pick up the first down on a big 4th down conversion.
4th and 3 33. They get 8 to the 47 of Marlow. First down, number 2 in its opening drive for Sulphur. For Gaddy, that was his 18th reception, and he's now over 415 receiving yards, and we get a timeout. Timeout on the field, 6:44 to go in the opening quarter. There's no score, but Sulphur is driving here from Murray County on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
Ready to get back in the game? Great news. The movement experts at Physical Therapy Central can help you find relief and results and keep you off the sidelines. With over 30 convenient locations across Oklahoma City and beyond, contact PT Central today at ptcentral.org to see a physical therapist.
First and 10, Sulphur Bulldogs at the Marlow 47-yard line. Their opening drive of the night. They give it straight ahead, and that's going to go to Austin Garrett. And Garrett over the left side, able to pick up a couple to the 45-yard line. Austin Garrett, 6'1", 188, and he's junior. We told you on their defensive stand, he's one of 3 outstanding linebackers. He also now has got over 510 rushing yards of the season, 56 carries and 5 scores. 2nd and 8 for Sulphur at the 45-yard line. Halfway through the opening quarter, there's no score. Pistol formation. They have a tight end with his hand on the turf to the right side of the line of scrimmage. Garrett gets the handoff behind right guard. Garrett digging for a first down, and he's all the way to the 35-yard line.
I think the ball may have come out, Todd.
It did. At the end of the play, Blade Harris was the one that caused the fumble, and Marlow has come up with it at the 35-yard line. I was just about to say, as you pointed that out, Dustin, that the ball had come loose after he had picked up a first down, but the second and third effort that time by Garrett cost the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that's tough if you're Garrett, because it looked like he had the first down, after that long run, and then the ball gets punched out right before he hits the ground. And boy, that's tough if you're Sulphur, because you'd put together a really, really good drive.
First down and 10 at the 35-yard line. 5:54 to play here in the first quarter. And back to work goes the Marlow offense. Single setback. Tight end. Hunt motions to the far side. Now it's going to be a keeper by Jace Gilbert, and he's in trouble. And he'll lose 2 back to the 33-yard line. That play was diagnosed very well as Justice Gilliam, the 6'1", 252-pound junior, was the first to get there. That is his 11th tackle in 8 weeks for a loss.
Well, and that's already now the 3rd carry from Gilbert here early, and that's the first time that he's gone for negative yards tonight, losing 2 on that first down.
Layden remains as the single setback. He moves around to the backfield. Now they fake the handoff. Back to throw is Gilbert. He's under pressure. Gets away from one defender. He's going to throw it deep left. The ball is incomplete. He was looking for Baron Gage, and he was well covered that time by Davenport, the quarterback of the far side.
Give credit to Gilbert for staying alive that time. It looked like Sulphur was going to end up sacking him inside the 35, able to at least get away and make a play downfield, giving his receiver an opportunity, looking for, again, as you talked about, Baron Gage, but not able to complete the pass, and brings up 3rd and long.
3rd down at a long 11. The ball between the 33 and 34-yard line. Clock stops on the incompleted pass with 5:15 to go here in the first quarter. No score. Marlow 0 of 1 on 3rd downs tonight. Gilbert rolls left out of the gun. Is he going to keep it? He pulls up, dumps down the field. The ball is underthrown and almost intercepted. It's incomplete. The ball was fluttering into the air that time. He was looking for Brant Bateman, a junior wide receiver, and he was very fortunate that ball was not picked off.
Yeah, and that was Bridge Barrett that time, the defensive back, who come up and nearly picked that one off, which would have been a big turnover for Sulphur after just giving it away on the fumble. But instead, you hold him and force the 3 and out in the punt.
Deep to receive the punt, Maddox Mobley. He's got good speed, just a sophomore, 5'9", 168, and we get a timeout on the field. 5:09 to go first quarter. About to see the second Marlow punt of the night. There's no score here from Sulphur on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
This is Game Time. Neptune Game Time creates a high-energy game day atmosphere that your players and fans will love. Every song in our database is 100% lyric safe, which means you can stop screening music for good. Game Time also provides custom messaging to help you promote your upcoming events, concessions, and event-specific announcements. And it gives you the opportunity to sell sponsorships on your station that will generate revenue for your athletic department. Amp up your game day with Game Time. This is Game.
Todd Miller, Dustin Goodnow, Ellis Sunken, and Camden Billy, the crew with you tonight from Calvin Agee Field. First time we've ever been here with Scordo, and a good one tonight, number 3 and number 6 scoreless. Here's Gilbert to punt it away out of the timeout. Mobley wants to return from the 30, gets out of an ankle tackle to the 35, hits, spins, stays on his feet, 40, 45, and if he breaks one more tackle, he's gone. Finally, the final wave of Outlaws on special teams that had a chance to get him to the turf does at the 46-yard line. But Sulphur, after an impressive first drive that penetrated to the Outlaws end of the field, will start drive number 2 in Marlow's territory.
Well, that's a great return by Maddox Mobley. Unfortunately, I think it's coming back after a penalty flag was thrown. It was hard to see, but it was thrown at the 35 in Sulphur territory.
That was where he made the initial miss on the defender. Tim Dotterer is the white cap tonight. They are using pink flags again because it is pink out night here in Sulphur. And I think I caught the end of the foul. I think it was a hold against Sulphur. It may have been a block in the back. They're going to put the ball back at the 20-yard line, so it had to be a block in the back. And that's exactly what it is. So not only is that a 15-yard penalty, you lose from the 43 and Marlow's into the field all the way back to the 20.
Yeah, that's really tough to have that penalty thrown like that after, again, a terrific return by Mobley would have set up Sulphur inside of Marlow territory.
Under center for the first time, Colton Cole. Single setback. They will turn. They give it to Jeremiah Knowles. Knowles was stood up across the 25, able to get to the 27-yard line. Tell you what, both of these teams are very, very physical. They will come up and stick their hat right in your gut. And that's exactly what just happened. That was Coy Myers and not Jeremiah Knowles on the carry. Picks up 7 to the 27-yard line, so it's second down and short. Winning first down tonight, Dustin, going to be very, very key against these two selfish defenses.
No, it is, and that's a good start on first down, picking up 7 yards from Myers. Just his second carry so far here tonight.
Myers, the lone setback, tight end left, a receiver split each way. Coy gets the handoff, coming left. Myers has a first down and more, 35, and look at the contact as he hit mano a mano that time, the defensive player, and that was Baron Gage. Not before he picks up a first down to the 37 of Sulphur.
Yeah, that time again collided with two players over there. One of his receivers out throwing a block for him, but you see the physicalness that time again of Coy Myers on that run. Not afraid of contact, Todd.
Myers has carried 66 times now, over 550 yards in his senior season. Marlow with the advantage in terms of starters being seniors. This is somewhat of a junior-laden team for Sulphur. From the 37, it's first down and 10. Motion man to the near side. They fake the jet sweep. Now it's a keep straight ahead for Colton Cole. And Cole gets 3 to the 40-yard line. And disrupting that play was Gage Hickson, the defensive tackle, 5'11", 210, and a junior.
Yeah, that one fooled nobody that time. Again, you saw the receiver come through. Patterson, again, faked the handoff on the jet sweep. And Cole keeps it, just not much there in the middle of that defensive line of Marlow.
Very quick first quarter. We're under 3.5 minutes now to play in the opening quarter. There's no score. Sulphur on the drive again at their own 40-yard line. Wide receivers left and right. There's a pair split to the short side of the field. Single setback. Now they fake the handoff. A deep drop for Cole. He throws over the middle and incomplete. He had Davenport, who was open and had a step that time on the linebacker, Jace Hunt.
Well, he did, and Davenport didn't have anybody hardly around him. Davenport would have ran for a lot of yardage if Colton Cole's able to end up making that throw. Instead, it brings up third down and long now for Sulphur.
Colton Cole coming in 61 of 84 through the air, almost 1,300 yards, 17 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. That's good by any standard, but especially for a sophomore.
No, it is, and that's a 72% completion percentage on the season. Very impressive numbers.
Two receivers left and right. Single setback Myers. Straight drop for Cole. Cole's in trouble, and they're going to sack him. He is sacked by Hudson Morgan, who got him by the waist and takes him to the ground at the 35-yard line. So after picking up a first down, the Outlaw defense stiffens. They get their first sack tonight of Cole for -5.
Yeah, not a lot of open downfield and really a lot of pressure that time being put on by Marlow. Give credit to the defense coming up with a terrific play in Hudson Morgan for that first sack of the game and forcing another punt by this Sulphur offense.
Here is Colton Cole to boot it away. And he gets no pressure, gets a leg into it. It's an end-over-end kick. It's going to be returned for the 35, cuts left, now swings wide, gets out of an ankle tackle to the 40, down the numbers 45, and he's finally ridden down, he being Jacob Krausen, a 6-foot junior on the return, and he was about one more missed tackle from taking that ball deep into Sulphur territory.
He certainly was, and we've seen two good returns now. Of course, this one's going to count, the last one is not, but give credit to Marlow. They're going to start with really good field position here near midfield because of the return from Krausen.
It'll be their best starting field position of the night. Late first quarter, no score, 2:40 to play from Sulphur. After the return, they start at the 47-yard line. In fact, it will be the best starting field position for either the Bulldogs or the Outlaws here in the first quarter. Jonathan Bright is now out there with the backfield. He's 6 foot, 170 pounds, and a junior. They have the tight end lined up to the near side. Receivers split both ways. Now a motion man comes to the near side. They're going to string it out, hand it off to Bright. Bright is ridden down as he tried to turn the corner. And Austin Garrett was there. You could see him get up and look at the press box and pump his fists in the air towards the home crowd.
Yeah, good defensive play that time from Austin Garrett coming up from that spot and just knocking down Bright and allowing him to go really nowhere. They're going to give him at least maybe a half a yard.
2:12 in County to play here in the first quarter, along with Dustin Goodell. I'm Todd Miller. He and I have not worked together for years, but it's good to be back with my old ginger buddy. And rare is the night that two college broadcasters get together on the eve in which their schools will be combatants tomorrow. 2nd and 9 to the 48-yard line. Bright, who carried on first down, still out there. Tight end motions to the far side. Now it's a keeper for Gilbert, who banks his way into Sulphur territory down to the 48-yard line and running behind the left side, Manning and Hickson. He'll pick up about 4. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 5 for Marlow. Their average 3rd down conversion is about 8.5 tonight. This will cover 5 yards. At the 48-yard line, we're under a minute and a half to play in the opening quarter. Jonathan Bright has been out there for the first time of this series. He carried for 1 yard on the first play of the drive. 2 tight ends, back to throw is Gilbert. He pump fakes, now slings it down the middle of the field. The ball incomplete at the 24-yard line. Jacob Krausen had it in his hands and dropped it. And how about the throw, though, by Gilbert? He sidearm fling that ball about 30 yards down the field and made a perfect throw.
He did, and he had to put that one, as you said, perfectly where the defender's right there, and that one goes right through Krausen's hands. Or, Todd, if he catches that one, it's 6 points the other direction, or 6 points this direction.
Mobley awaits the kick at the 11-yard line. Snap floats back, flag is down. Gilbert boots it away, and they're going to blow this play dead. It likely is a false start against Marlow. And that is the case, so they'll back it up now. The ball will be back into Outlaw territory at the original line of scrimmage of the 47, so it's 4th and 10. First accepted penalty of the half against the Outlaws. 74 seconds to play here in the first quarter. No score. Each team has been able to penetrate into the other's end of the field. Deepest penetration, though, came by Sulphur, their opening drive to the 45. Gilbert shanks it to the near side. Not a good punt, and it's going to go out of bounds. And that is going to be a very poor punt. Let's see where they mark it. It's going to be well beyond the 30-yard line. I think they're going to put it at the 33.
You see one of the assistant coaches here on the near side for Sulphur was saying, hey, I think it's closer to 39 or 40. He's not going to get that call, though.
No. 20-yard punt for Cade Gilbert. 1st and 10 Bulldogs at the 33-yard line with 1:10 to go here in the first quarter. These two have been racking up the points, but not against the likes of these two defenses the last month since 3A2 play began. From the 33, single setback, 3-by-1 formation. Gilbert looking, throwing right, has a receiver at the 38-yard line. It's caught to the 40, first down to the 45-yard line. On the catch was Demontre Patterson, an ADA transfer where he was the 4A 100-meter champion last year with a time of 10.58, and you could see that burst of speed after he made the catch in traffic.
You certainly could, and that's a good throw again from Colton Cole, finding his receiver in Patterson. Patterson comes in as the second leading receiver on the team, had 14 grabs over 300 yards coming into the matchup tonight with Marlow.
He's over 360 now with that catch of 15. Single setback. That is Myers. They give it straight ahead to Coy, dragging defenders with him, and he crumbles down at the 46-yard line of Marlow. It's going to be a gain of about 6, bring it up second down and short. And if the Bulldogs elect to, that could be the final play here of the first quarter. We're down under 20 seconds to play in the opening session. And it looks like that's exactly what Corey Cole and the Bulldogs will elect to do. Take a scoreless draw through 12 minutes to quarter number 2. And Sulphur will have it, and Marlow's into the field of the 41 when we flip sides. At the end of one quarter here from Murray County, number 3, Marlow, number 6, Sulphur. They are scoreless on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
At Maples Nixon Dieselhorst, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Dieselhorst, and we are here to help.
Todd Miller, Dustin Goodnow, Ella Sunken producing our broadcast, and our cameraman very, very happy. Camden Billy, his Astros have won 3 straight in Texas to take a 3-2 lead in the ALCS. A 9th-inning 3-run home run by Jose Altuve defeats the Rangers today 5-4. Here we start quarter number 2. It's 2nd and 4 at the 41-yard line. Motion man, Patterson to the far side to give straight ahead, and that is Austin Garrett, and Garrett manages to get to the 46. So not a ton of running room, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and short with 11 and a half minutes to play here in quarter number 2. The 3rd down and a long 3. They need to get to the 42-yard line in Marlow's into the field. Both teams have had a tough time converting 3rd down opportunities tonight. Marlow will rush 3. They'll toss it left. And that's a 1st down carry by Myers and more. The ball came out again at the end of the run. Marlow's saying they've recovered a fumble. It would be the 2nd lost fumble for Myers tonight. And we'll have to see as they unpile the mass of humidity at the 34-yard line of Marlow. And it looks like it's going to stay with Sulphur. It is.
Boy, that's lucky that they were able to recover that one. But another good run, as you saw how quickly Coy Myers hit that hole. Todd, I don't know that anybody actually got a hand on that. I think he may have just lost that one moving forward.
Picks up a dozen. And now the deepest penetration of the night for either side comes to the Sulphur offense at the 34 of Marlow. Colton Cole, you can see him racing from the near side back to the huddle. Always comes over to get the play. And they really did a good job of clock management. He gets to the huddle with 21 seconds to snap, and it's down to 14 now. Myers, the single setback. 3 receivers to the near side from the 34. Hand it to Myers and nowhere to go. Boy, he ran right into Cooper Hornbuckle, a 6-foot, 190-pound senior defensive tackle. And now a flag comes into the near side again. Is that another sideline violation against Sulphur? There already's been a warning issued, I think, to the Bulldogs. And here it is. Offsides the call. That, I'm sure, is because of the sideline violation.
Yeah.
It was thrown to the near side.
Yeah, it's got to be. It's the 2nd time we've seen that tonight. And Now, again, you've seen these two teams struggling offensively because both, defenses are obviously so good. This is where you not want to be on second and long behind the chains like this.
You're exactly right. Second down, and the line of scrimmage is back at the 39-yard line, so it'll be 2nd and 15 as Colton Cole brings the play in. Myers is the single setback. He's fumbled twice, lost one, recovered one on this drive. Wide receivers left and right. Back to throw Cole. Stands tall, throws it over the middle of the ball, incomplete. Led Maddox Mobley, who is his backup at quarterback, a little too far. The ball hit his hands and fluttered incomplete. Tell you what, Colton Cole is just a special player.
Yeah, again, another good pass. I thought that one Mobley was going to be able to get to. May have just led him a little bit too far. But you see, again, Colton Cole with plenty of time back there. Again, Marlow hasn't had a whole lot of opportunities to get him to the ground except for that one sack again earlier by Morgan.
No score despite the fact Sulphur tonight is 2 of 3 on third downs, and the Outlaws are 0 of 3. That penalty, incidentally, the second accepted penalty against the Bulldogs for 20 yards. Pistol formation, Colton Cole to throw. Guns it out near side. The ball is intercepted to the 35, to the 40 you may go, to the 45, to the 40, 30, 20, 15, to the 10, to the 5, and they tried to shove him out of bounds, and I think he's in for the touchdown. Now they're going to spot him out of bounds, and he stepped out inside the 10-yard line. Caden Harris and Dustin, you could see that coming from all the way up here. Colton Cole locked it on one guy and one guy only, and Caden Harris takes it nearly the entire way back the other way.
Yeah, and he locked on DeMontre Patterson, the receiver here on the near side, and you're absolutely right. Caden Harris just, again, made a great break on that ball, and it was such a long throw, Todd, from Colton Cole, and it was going to be tough to get it to him. You had to put a lot on it, and Caden Harris makes a heck of a play to take that one all the way down the sideline and nearly scores.
From the 7-yard line, it's 1st and goal to go. So the second turnover creates the first scoring opportunity of the night for either side. It's the Marlow Outlaws. Clint Layden is in the backfield. Cade Gilbert, don't be surprised if they call his number. He was preseason All-Class 3A, according to Vipe, and one of the top 100 players of the class in that preseason publication. Tight end shifts from left to right. They they do hand it off to Layden. He makes a cut, and Layden is close to the goal line. He is in for the touchdown. Tell you what, that was an impressive run by the freshman. He put that right foot, Dustin, in the turf and made a hard cut left and then was hit close to the goal line and kept those young legs moving.
Yes, he did. That's a terrific run. And, again, a nice job of capitalizing on the turnover. And that's what you have to do in a big game like this. When they're going to give you that gift and that interception and you make a big play on it, you've got to punch it in. That's exactly what Marlow did there.
Blade Harris to snap it. Cade Gilbert to kick it. Extra point forthcoming to make it a 7-0 lead. The ball is back, and the kick is on the way. It's blocked, and it is denied the point for single point. So with 9:48 to play here in the first half, Marlow takes one play after the Harris interception to score, and they grab this lead in Class 3 District 2. It is 6-0 on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
When your business is agriculture, you want a bank behind you that doesn't cut and run at the first sign that there will be some tough times ahead. There are good years and there are always bad years. At Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, we're here for them all. Agriculture, it's the backbone of our local community. We believe in it. We invest in it. We're here for the long haul. If you're in agriculture, it's time to let Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma make your best even better. Contact a loan officer today. Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, the area's leading lender in agriculture.
Imagine a school with more than 26,000 enrollments per year, cultivating opportunities for students to develop new skills and gain industry-recognized certification. Now imagine a corporate training center that partners with more than 500 local businesses each year, providing a productive and prepared workforce for employers in Oklahoma through customized training. Now, imagine a community resource who believes our business thrives when our community thrives. We aren't just the local VOTEC, we are Autry Technology Center.
Clint Layden's 7-yard touchdown run, the difference after Caden Harris set him up with good field position, almost a pick six, returning it from the 35-yard line down to the Sulphur 7. Cade Gilbert to kick it away, and he swings his leg toe to leather, and it's a spinning kick. It's going to be DeMontre Patterson to return. Patterson jitterbugs his way left. He's across the 25 to the 30, and then run out of bounds on a special teams play by Zach Dawson, number 23. Tell you what, if you play against Sulphur, you hold your proverbial breath every time DeMontre Patterson can get that frame going north-south.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And that one again, bouncing that one outside. You see the speed from Patterson that time, and ended up getting a lot more yards than you kind of expected there. I think if you're Marlow, and as far as you looked at that, your kick return defense.
9:39 to go, first half. First down and 10 for the Bulldogs at the 32-yard line. The big star of this game, the Outlaw defense. Nearly a pick six. They've also recovered a fumble. They had a huge sack on a Sulphur drive earlier. From the 32, it's a pistol formation. They will turn and they will hand it off. I think that's Coy Myers again. And Myers blasts forward for a couple down to the 32-yard line. Working again behind Nash Williamson, the junior, 206 at left guard, and Justice Gilliam, a junior left tackle.
Yeah, not much doing there. Again, the job by that defensive front of Marlow to hold Myers to, it looked like they just gave him just a yard.
Next snap should come under 9 minutes to play here in the first half. 6-0. You see the score on the lower left of your corner. Lower left corner of your screen. We thought it would be a good one. It has thus far between number 3 and number 6 in 3A. From the 24-yard line, second down and 8. Back to throw Cole. Throws out left. Ball caught 35. Turns upfield to the 40 and stopped just shy, or very near, should I say, the first down. On the reception was Maddox Mobley. They put it down to the 43. That's right at the sticks.
Yeah, a good pitch and catch that time, and a nice job by Mobley to pick up the first down. That's his first grab of the game.
Mobley, they'll use him carrying the football. He has 55 carries. He also now has 14 receptions, and that puts him at 215 yards of the season. Picks up 9 of that one, and a refresher of the down marker at the 43. With 8.5 minutes in counting to play before intermission. Pistol formation, 2 receivers to the far side. Back to throw Cole. Pocket holds. He'll throw out left, looking for Patterson. He had a step that time on Caden Harris, but unfortunately for Sulphur, ball was thrown to the front shoulder and out of bounds.
Yeah, it was, and he had Patterson because Patterson had the defensive backs beat that time. And again, if Colton Cole leads him more down the field instead of out of bounds on the near side, that's a completed catch and probably goes for a touchdown.
And a timeout, Marlow, with 8:24 to play here in the first half. 6-0 Outlaws. Back after this break here on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
For more than 100 years, Oklahoma Career Tech has been training skilled and dedicated individuals, giving clear career paths to over 90,000 graduates a year. These individuals are the heartbeat of the Oklahoma workforce, serving thousands of companies, fueling this state's economy. Oklahoma is powered by Career Tech.
Is your spouse's snoring becoming an issue? Have you been told that you need a sleep study but refuse to go into a sleep lab? Then Next Gen Sleep is here to help with our innovative solution for the evaluation, testing, and treatment of sleep apnea. Next Gen is proud to offer this FDA-approved, convenient, and affordable solution that can be done all from the comfort of your own home. Call today to get started. 405-308-3324 or email us at information@nextgensleep.com.
Second and 10, Sulphur at their own 43-yard line. That's the second charge time out of the first half for the Outlaws. They lead 6-0 here early in the second from Calvin A.G. Field. They'll toss it left. That goes to Austin Garrett, breaking tackles, gets out of another defender's arms. Hudson Morgan, and then Morgan recovers to finish him off along with Jace Hunt. Minimal gain as Marlow able to stretch that play out. And it's going to bring up third down and 8. Of all the wins, these two are combined 15-2 coming into this showdown. To me, the Outlaws' Week 3 victory at Perkins Tryon is huge. We saw Perkins a couple of weeks ago here on Squirtle dismantle Metro Christian, manhandle the Patriots at home, 27-21 Marlow's victory at Perkins. Perkins is going to be a factor in Class 3A. Third down and 8, line of scrimmage at the 45-yard line. Can Colton Cole keep this drive alive? They are 2 of 4 on third down tries. Straight drop for Cole. Look at the time he has. He guns it over the middle of the ball, incomplete. and frustrated as Maddox Mobley as he was wide. There was not an outlaw, Dustin, within 6 or 10 yards of him. You could see him taking his hand and just slapping the turf as that ball was underthrown.
Yeah, it was. And again, Cole, plenty of time back there, Todd. It just steps up and just not able to make the throw to his wide open receiver. He's in a little bit off here tonight, here in the first half. That's something I'm sure they'll talk about at halftime.
Man, you can't get much better time and protection than he has. Cole to punt again, back at the 33-yard line. Good snap, a wobbly punt to the far side. Krausen is going to let it bounce past him, but it's going to roll inside the 10-yard line and go out of bounds. So a terrific punt by Colton Cole, and that maybe if you're a Bulldog fan watching, will flip the field in favor of your team.
Yeah, it is, and that's, again, putting some pressure here on Marlow's offense starting inside their own 10. And if you're Sulphur's defense, you've got to come up with a play here because we've seen Marlow's defense really be the ones who've made the plays tonight, and this will be a big time for a turnover for the Sulphur defense.
48 yards on the Cole punt. Line of scrimmage back at the 7. Marlow nursing a 6-0 lead that was set up by an interception, the second forced turnover for the Outlaw defense here in the first half. They take over at the own 7, one back set. In the backfield is Clint Layden. He has the touchdown. Motion man left to right, Krausen. And it is a keeper by Gilbert with some running room. He's across the 15 to the 20. That actually was Clint Layden, and Layden gets to the 21-yard line, so he blasts for 14, and that gives the Outlaws some breathing room in a big way.
Yeah, that's a big run from Clint Layden. We've seen him come up with a couple good runs now on his last, picking up 7 for the touchdown, and now 14 to get him out of that, out of a hole.
Approaching 7 minutes to play here in the first half. The run of 14 gets him to the 21-yard line. 6-0 Marlow. You see the score in the lower left. It has been a defensive battle as we would have expected tonight here in Murray County. Trips to the near side. They fake the handoff. Now Gilbert almost sacked, throws it out left. Ball caught by Cody Weber. Gets out of an ankle tackle and then stumbles to the 25-yard line. He'll pick up only about 3.5, so it's going to bring up second down. That play was nearly discombobulated from the start as Gilbert was almost sacked trying to lateral.
Yes, he was, and that's a good job by Gilbert to at least get rid of the football, and his receiver able to come up and Cody Weber making that grab, at least pick up some positive yards on first down as they're going to give him at least 3.
Under 6.5 to play before intermission. 6-0 Marlow. It's been a quick game between two heavyweights in 3A here tonight. 2 of the 3 superpowers in 3A District 2. Gilbert in the pistol formation. Layden is behind him. Now in the delay, they give it to Clint Layden, and he is hit at the 26 and driven backwards. Goodness gracious. Coy Myers came up and stuck his nose in it and drove him backwards. They're going to give him about a half yard. It's going to bring up third down and close to 6 for the Outlaw offense.
Yeah, that was a good play from Coy Myers, and Layden again got away from the first initial tackler to make a good move, but right there waiting for him was Coy Myers, that linebacker that are set up on that right defensive end spot to make a big play defensively to force 3rd and long.
5:37 to play here in the first half. The clock is rolling. Big defensive play here for the Bulldogs on defense. Back to throw. Gilbert rolls right all the way back to the 20. A flag is down. Gilbert under pressure. Gets away from one defender. Now is able to scramble for a first down. He's still on his feet across the way at the 40. And then Gilbert is finally hit out of bounds into the Marlow sideline. But it's coming back more than likely. There's a flag behind the play at the 24-yard line. There's also a flag here on the near side. And they may be both a hold against the Outlaws. That was pretty obvious. Yep.
Well, that's tough. And a nice play by Gilbert to scramble, get away, and picked up a big long run nearly to midfield. But, again, a lot of times when you see it happen, that's typically going to be a holding call.
You know, when one of the guys on the far side of the play on the wing is able to throw a flag, that it was a pretty obvious hold. He was 20 yards from the play. So instead of having it beyond the 45-yard line, Marlow will be backed up to 3rd down and long, and the ball will rest at the 16-yard line. So it'll bring up 3rd and 17 with 5:24 to play here in the first half. Both teams, spectators, waiting for something to cheer about. Defenses have dominated the night between the Bulldogs and the Outlaws. 3rd and 17. Well, there's a holdup as they're just now readying the ball and the play clock for the snap. Layden remains out there as the single setback. Cade Gilbert out of the gun. Back at the 12. Motion man Weber to the far side. And it looked like everybody moved quickly before the snap came back from Owen Long. They had him firing off from both sides, and then Long floated the snap back. And now it's 3rd and 22 back at the 11-yard line.
Well, and keep in mind, Todd, this drive started inside the 10 at the 7, and Marlow had gotten the ball all the way out past almost the 30, and now all of a sudden you're going to be back near the 10-yard line. That's where this drive, again, started, and now it's going to finish at.
They had a past the 45 before that hold negated that run by Cade Gilbert. So if they don't get another yard, despite being beyond the 45, right now they're only net 4 on this offensive series because of penalties. 5:24 to go in the first half. They're going to shift late now, offset to the left of Gilbert. Gilbert's going to keep it at a quarterback draw. Gilbert is hit and wrestled down. May have gotten a yard of the 12 or more. They had a spy on him, and that spy, I believe, was Maddox Mobley, the weak side linebacker, and he dropped him.
Yeah, he did. That was a good play from Mobley, and kind of a safe call again from Gilbert when which you obviously you get that call because of how much yardage you had to pick up. You had to get beyond the 32 for a first down. Now all of a sudden, Sulphur, a great opportunity here to get the football in Marlow territory with this punt.
But it all started because of the 48-yard Colton Cole punt. Now, they did achieve a couple of first downs, get beyond the 45, but Marlow shot themselves in the foot. Here's Gilbert. This time they come after him. It's an end-over-end kick. Hits at the 41, bounces straight up in the air. It's going to turn over and roll dead at the 45. So Sulphur will start this drive in the opponent's end of the field, down 6-0 with 4:35 to play here in the first half. Marlow is a football school. Marlow also is a wrestling school. And Cade Gilbert is a big reason why he is a returning state champion for the Outlaws this winter in grappling. So from the 45-yard line of Marlow is where Sulphur will start.
Boy, this is a big drive if you're Sulphur. Think about this. Everything that's happened here in the first half, you're still only down 6-0, and you've got an opportunity to punch one in and maybe even go up at halftime.
It's a really good point. Gaddy along with Mobley are flanked to the wide side of the line of scrimmage. One back in the backfield. They're going to hand it off to Coy Myers, and Myers is able to get to the 43-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 2. It was actually Cash Matlick, who is the junior 4th running back on the 2 deep this week, making the carry. Second down and 8 at the 43-yard line. Winding towards 4 minutes to go here in the first half. Winner will have an inside track, regardless of what happens in the next couple of weeks with number 1 ranked Heritage Hall, to finish no worse than runner-up here in 3A2 and host a first-round playoff game. Second and 8 for the 43. Now they're going to hand it to Garrett, and Austin with a little bit of running room. Blasts inside the 40, down to the 37-yard line, a gain of 6. And this is very manageable, Dustin. It's going to be 3rd and 2.
Yes, it is. That's a good run from Garrett. That's already his 6th carry of the night and makes it where it's going to be 3rd and 2. And you have to think where the ball is probably going to go here to Coy Myers.
3:19 in county to play here in the first half. We are at Calvin A.G. Field in Sulphur. First time Squirtle has made a visit here to Southern Oklahoma in Sulphur. They were in Marlow just a few weeks ago when the Outlaws took on Pauls Valley, and Marlow won that game 22-7. By comparison, Sulphur defeated Pauls Valley 37-7. Both games were on the 2 teams' home field. They're going to flip Garrett from right to left in the backfield. They fake the handoff. Now keeping it is Maddox Mobley. He was in a wildcat formation, and Mobley gets to the 29-yard line. No surprise, they will do that a lot with Maddox Mobley. They love to get him in space. They love to get the ball in his hands, just a sophomore who you have to find a way to use him. He's the backup to Colton Cole.
Yeah, you certainly do, and you saw right there what happens when you do line up in that wildcat with Mobley. Picks up the first down with so much attention, again, around Coy Myers and some of the other tailbacks. It's a good run for Mobley, picking up another first down, and now inside the 30.
Myers is out of the lineup. They have a pistol formation for the 29-yard line. Cash Matlick is in the backfield, tied in left. Hand off to Matlick, makes a little cut, sweeping left, and keeps his head down. He'll pick up 3 to the 26 of Marlow. And the next snap should come around 2 minutes to play here in the first half. 6-0 Marlow, but right now Sulphur with their deepest penetration of the night at the 26.
I think that's what makes this offense so dangerous, the ability to rotate in so many tailbacks, and then you see what Mobley can do out of that pistol look. So many guys can carry the football for this offense.
Shuffling some personnel in and out along the defensive front are the Marlow Outlaws. 1:55 to play here with the second quarter. They split the backs to each side. Ball on the far side hash from the 29-yard line of Marlow. Back to throw is Cole. Running right, throwing near side. Ball incomplete. Brayton Gaddy tried to make a diving catch. And again, that ball was a little bit offline. So it's going to bring up third down for the Bulldogs.
It was, and again, that's one of those ones that did hit Gaddy in the hands that I'm sure he's probably kicking himself for not coming up with that one. But another good throw out, another good rollout on the run, the throw from Cole that time, and Gaddy just not able to hang on.
In their current 5-game win streak, Sulphur has scored 62, 51, 53, 37, and 41. Against the two teams they've lost to, they've averaged 12 points a game. 10 in a loss against Washington and 14 at Davis. Third down and 7, and as Sulphur gets set to snap it, the Bulldogs want to talk about it. 1:46 to play, first half. 6-0 Marlow. Here with the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
So, not real big on paying bank fees? Well, that's okay. It means you're smart with your money and you know how to get a good deal. You're a credit union kind of person, and Communication Federal is your kind of credit union. In fact, Pay Me Checking puts real money right into your account every time you use your Visa debit card, online or in stores. Pay Me Checking, the free account that pays you, only from Communication Federal Credit Union.
Third down and 7 for the 26-yard line. Out of the timeout, Colton Cole, a deep drop all the way to the 34. Feeling pressure, he's going to run, try to get there. 20 to the 15, a first down as he's run down from behind at the 14-yard line. And he felt the pressure from the backside. He just ran away from the defensive pressure, and Jacob Crowson was the one that finally ended the run at the 12-yard line. That's a gain of 14.
Yeah, that's a heads-up play from Colton Cole. Again, nobody open downfield, so just take off. There was a ton of running room into the near side, and he took off, able to pick up a big gain and set up another first down here for Sulphur.
Sulphur with their fourth third down conversion here with the first half. That one goes for 14 on a 3rd and 7. They're inside the red zone now of Marlow with 1:27 to play here in the second quarter, and I'm not certain why the clock has stopped. Now they're saying start the clock. And now it begins to run. 1:24, 1:23, 1:22 to play second quarter. In the backfield is Maddox Mobley. He stands to the right of the quarterback, Colton Cole. Actually, Mobley in a wildcat will keep it, running right, and he's tripped up and stumbles to the 9-yard line. As Lawson Knox, the weak side safety, was the one that got him with the shoestrings.
Yeah, that was a good play from Lawson Knox, able to come up and hit, again, Mobley, and really just nowhere to go. Picked up maybe a yard or two.
Patterson is going to come into the lineup. Checking out will be Briar Davenport. That is a senior for a sophomore. It's second down and 7, Sulphur at the Marlow 9-yard line. They're 9 yards away for the tying touchdown. They trail 6-0. Marlow's only score a one-play 7-yard drive set up by Harris interception. Back to throw again as Cole floats it out right. Has a receiver at the 5. Bangs his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Sulphur.
Good pitch and catch, just finding the running back out in the flat, and that was Coy Myers, and he did the rest, bouncing off a couple of defenders into the end zone. And thought I said it right before this drive started, how big this would be. And now all of a sudden, with just 33 seconds left, Sulphur may go up at halftime.
Coy Myers, by my statistics, his first receiving touchdown of the year. Out of the hold of Maddox, Colton Cole, an extra point away from giving Sulphur a lead. And we get a timeout by Marlow. It's their final timeout here in the first half with 33 seconds to play before the break. We'll go ahead and keep it right here. That was a terrific call for the offensive coaching staff of the Bulldogs. And Myers was very, very determined, Dustin, after he got that little swing pass into the right flat and inside the 5-yard line.
Certainly was, and again, that's the first time I think tonight that we've seen him go to the tailback out of the backfield, and that's a great call by the offensive coordinator and the head coach.
Myers, you see him out there on the field. You see him come off the field. This guy looks just like a football player, doesn't he?
Yes.
I mean, good size, 5'10", 191 at a senior.
Yes, he does, and he's not a bad defensive player either.
8 plays to go 45 yards for Sulphur. They get the equalizer. We're tied at 6 and an extra point away from the Bulldogs taking their first lead late here in the first half. Justice Gilliam will snap at the hold again for Mobley. All this taking place at the west end of Calvin A.G. Field. Marlow out of timeout. Sulphur has one left. High snap, ball down. Kick is in the air, and the extra point is good. And with 33 ticks to go before we head to the locker room, Sulphur on a short 8-play, 45-yard drive has their first lead 7-6. We'll take a 30-second break and return after this message here on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
Why be a ranger? At Northwestern, with small classes, you can be seen. With over 40 programs from business to nursing, you can be career-driven. With a campus home away from home, you can be independent. With over half our students graduating without student loans, you can be debt-free. And with a mosaic of cultures, you can be you. Northwestern, success lives here. Why be a ranger?
Todd Miller, Dustin Goodo, the Squirtle Game of the Week crew with you live from Calvin A.G. Field in Murray County. Sulphur, the home team, leading Marlow, the unbeaten team, by 7-6. Layden and Gage are deep to receive the kick. I'll give you 4 guesses. The first 3 don't count. Colton Cole, he does it all. He kicks, he punts, he quarterbacks, and he's going to sky kick to the near side, and it will be fair caught at the 30-yard line by Clayton Robinson.
Well, I'm anxious to see what Marlow does here offensively. Have to think they're probably going to take a knee. We're going to get to halftime. They haven't shown the ability to really throw the ball down the field too much. So
keep in mind, Sulphur will get the first possession of the second half. They're 33 seconds away from going into the locker room with a 1-point lead over a top 3 Class 3A team. You look at 3A, to me, it's very simple. The heavyweights are Heritage Hall, Lincoln Christian. I think both of these 2 teams will be in the second tier in Class 3A. From the 30-yard line, Gilbert out of the gun. Motion man from right to left. Handoff goes to Layden, and Layden, looking for some running room, slips a tackle with the 35. Gets up close to the 40-yard line. That's going to be very near and right at the first down marker. Clock will stop with 24 seconds to play here in the second quarter. Clock begins to roll. It's now at 15 seconds to play. Marlow not in really any hurry to snap the football. We're down under 10 seconds to play in the first half. Gilbert out of a pistol formation, fakes the handoff, drops to the 33, he's in trouble, and buried as he releases it. Incomplete. And I mean, he was buried that time by Justice Gilliam. Got him from the blind side.
Yeah, he did, and, really that could have been a disaster if he gets to him just a split second earlier and knocks that ball loose, and Sulphur picks it up for a fumble. But, again, it's going to go down as an incomplete pass.
3 seconds to go here in the first half. Point well taken. Let's see if Matt Weber agrees with you and just hands it off and goes to the locker room, settling for a 1-point deficit here on the road. Next week, Marlow gets Plainview at home. Sulphur gets their crack at defending state champion Heritage Hall. Marlow will be in Oklahoma City in Week 10 to take on the Chargers. Pistol formation, look like a busted play. Gilbert runs left, slips one tackler, then runs into Davenport, who spins him down. Now he drags Davenport, and he gets a first down for what it's worth on the final play of the first half, down to the 47-yard line in Sulphur's end of the field. So that is the way the first half ends. I gave up on Cade Gilbert's run. Perhaps Sulphur did too, and Gilbert able to pick up 13 of the final play of the first half.
Yeah, nice run to end the half from Gilbert. I was with you. I thought he was just going to run that one out of bounds, but just stayed on his feet. He was kind of ushered, forward by Sulphur defenders a little bit, and you see some of the Marlow offensive players kind of pushing at him as well.
7-6. Number 6 Sulphur leads unbeaten in third-ranked Marlow at the break. We'll begin to recap it after this break here on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
Day in and day out, you're committed. Every practice, every training, every game, every meet, you put in the work. Your fans may not see it, but you do. You have a story to tell, a personal brand, a career to launch, and an audience to connect with. Take control of your story with Athleon.co. You're doing the work. You deserve to benefit from it.
Wiggins Auctioneers is a full-service auction company well-versed in selling farm and ranch land, minerals, commercial and residential properties, as well as equipment, estate, and trust liquidations. In order to better serve our clients, Wiggins Realty offers conventional for-sale listings as well as buyer representation. Whether buying or selling, auction or conventional, we want to be your trusted company. Wiggins Auctioneers, 3 generations strong and setting the standard since 19...
Alva State Bank and Trust Company. Older than Oklahoma, big enough to serve you, and small enough to know you. We've been around since 1901, proudly serving the communities of Northwest Oklahoma and Southern Kansas. We're making banking easy. Whether you're at home, in the office, or waiting for the next quarter to start, our online or mobile banking options help you to juggle busy schedules and financial needs. So stop by and see us at any of our locations in Alva, Burlington, Freedom, Enid, and Kiowa, Kansas. We plant roots where others have branches. Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Electricity, that's what we've been about since 1936. Since then, Cimarron's mission of bringing electricity to its members has been nothing short of successful. But over the years, it's become more than that. It's about powering our neighbors' heating in the winter, keeping the lights on at the ball field, and keeping your phones charged to capture those special moments. We are proud to be part of your community. Thank you for being part of Cimarron for all of these years.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business, and remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today. The High Plains Insurance Agency takes...
Hi again, everybody, and welcome back here to Calvin A.G. Field as you look at the first and second grade cheerleading squad here at Sulphur, performing before a capacity crowd here at A.G. Field in this 3A District 2 matchup on Week 8 of the high school football season. And they're happy so far. A late first half touchdown has their homestanding Bulldogs in front of unbeaten Marlow 7-6 at the break. Sulphur was able to move the football. In fact, they had more total yards in the first half than Marlow. Marlow's only score was set up on a Caden Harris interception, and that was a drive that came very early in the second quarter, and a drive that started with the Bulldogs with 70 seconds to play in the first quarter at the 43. They are able to get into Marlow territory, and then on 3rd and 15 for the 39, Harris read a telegraph pass for the quarterback, Colton Cole, and he returned it down inside the 10 to the 7. It took the freshman Clint Layden just one play to run in. The kick was blocked. With 9:39 to go before halftime, it was 6-0. Marlow would have one more or two more possessions, Sulphur would have a couple of possessions before the break, and the final of those two first-half series for Sulphur, the difference, an 8-play, 45-yard drive, Cole a 9-yard pass to Myers, and the extra point. And that extra point, again, is the difference here, 7-6. Sulphur will get the football to start the second half. And it is a beautiful Friday evening, a little bit of a chill in the air as the sun has set. There's absolutely no winds. It was calm at game time and 79 degrees. We'll dip near 70 before this game is officially over here in southern Oklahoma. Took us 56 minutes to play 24 minutes of football. That's pretty good, and it was a good one in the first half. Sulphur 7, Marlow 6. Dustin is back with some other first-half numbers in just a moment. We are at halftime in southern Oklahoma. Number 6 Sulphur leads number 3 Marlow 7-6 in 3A District 2 play here in the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
Born and raised in Edmond, Oklahoma, Trevor Randall is very familiar with the area and the Oklahoma economy. Trevor enjoys helping customers just like you identify the insurance coverage that best fits their needs, with over 19 years of experience to help you better understand the options, whether that's auto, home, renters, business insurance, and more. So give Randall Insurance Agency a call at 405-341-7878 and let us help you get the protection you need with the service you deserve.
Anger, anxiety, worry, and disbelief, these are normal emotions to feel with an unplanned pregnancy. You have options, and you are not alone. Hope Pregnancy Center in Alva is a safe, confidential, and compassionate place to land. Hope offers free pregnancy testing and ultrasound, and you will be provided education for all your options. Remember, you aren't alone. We can help with hope. Visit thinkimpregnant.org. That's thinkimpregnant.org.
Dr. Devin Nightingale is your chiropractic choice in North Edmond with easy access from Cashion, Guthrie, Luther, and all the Oklahoma City surrounding areas. As a former college athlete, Dr. Nightingale understands the importance of a fully functioning body to gain that competitive edge. Also certified in prenatal and pediatric treatments, Dr. Nightingale sees all types of patients, ranging from 2 weeks old to 97 years old. We offer conservative treatments to get you back in the game, whether you're a weekend warrior or a professional athlete. So give us a call at 405-471-5565 for a free consultation today.
Are you looking for a local, reliable propane provider? Earnhardt Oil and Propane has been serving customers throughout Oklahoma since 1971. Let them tailor a pricing option to fit your budget. Avoid winter price spikes with easy pay, steady, predictable monthly payments you can count on. Need more fuel options? They also offer bulk fuel delivery, DEF, lubricants, and supplies for your business, all at competitive prices. For reliability 3 generations strong, call Earnhardt Oil and Propane at 866-270-1279 or visit www.earnhardtpropane.com.
Ready to get back in the game? Great news. The movement experts at Physical Therapy Central can help you find relief and results and keep you off the sidelines. With over 30 convenient locations across Oklahoma City and beyond, contact PT Central today at ptcentral.org to see a physical therapist.
Welcome back to Sulphur, Oklahoma. Again, here at halftime, Dustin Goodham alongside Todd Miller. Again, number 6 Sulphur on top of number 3 Marlow, 7-6 as we take a look at some statistics here after the first half. Again, most of these are unofficial. We'll start with Marlow. Again, in the first half, Cade Gilbert, just 1 of 4 through the air for 3 yards, only completing 1 pass. He was more effective on the ground than through the air. Carried the ball 7 times for 27 yards here in the first half. Again, Harrison picking up one rushing attempt for 10 yards. Bright with 1 for 5. Layden, again, had the more effective running game for Marlow here in the first half, carrying the ball 5 times for 37 yards, picking up the lone touchdown for Marlow here in the first half. The one grab in the first half, again, was made by Weber. Defensively for Marlow, again, they've been very good, forcing a fumble. When you look at Morgan, had picked up the sack. Harris had the interception return that set up the Layden touchdown. Again, when running it in for 7 yards, they've been able to force 2 turnovers here in the first half, and, of course, just the 1 forced fumble. On the other side, again, in the first half for Sulphur, we'll take a look at those and come back right after this commercial break. Again, it's you're listening to the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
This is Game Time. Neptune Game Time creates a high-energy game day atmosphere that your players and fans will love. Every song in our database is 100% lyric safe, which means you can stop screening music for good. Game Time also provides custom messaging to help you promote your upcoming events, concessions, and event-specific announcements. And it gives you the opportunity to sell sponsorships on your station that will generate revenue for your athletic department. Amp up your game day with Game Time.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
At Maples Nixon Dieselhorst, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Dieselhorst, and we are here to help. At Maples Nixon Diesel.
And welcome back to Sulphur, Oklahoma, again as we continue our halftime show. And number 6 Sulphur leading number 3 Marlow 7-6 here at halftime with less than 9 minutes till we start the third quarter. Let's take a look at the first half statistics. Again, unofficial tonight for Sulphur. Get starting at the quarterback. Colton Cole tonight went 4 of 6, did have 1 touchdown and also 1 interception, throwing for 42 yards in the first half. His long was 15 yards in half number 1. Matlack carried the ball 2 times for 5 yards. Myers was effective on the ground tonight to get carrying the ball 7 times for 38 yards. Did have a receiving touchdown. Again, that's the only receiving touchdown or offensive touchdown tonight for Sulphur. The longest run tonight for Myers was 12 yards. Gaddy tonight picking up 2 catches for 13 yards. Again, his longest one was 8 yards. Patterson picked up 1 catch for 15 yards in the first half. Mobley, again, had 1 catch for 10 yards, did carry the ball twice. Again, one of those was an 8-yard pickup to get a first down. The other carry went for 2 yards. Also in the first half, picking up a few runs as well, was Austin Garrett. Carried the ball 5 carries for 20 yards. Again, did fumble once. His longest carry was 7 yards. Did that twice. Also, again, Davenport did have 1 grab in the first half, or 1 carry in the first half for 11 yards. Knowles also carried the ball twice in the first half. One of those was for 4. The other one was for 3. 2 carries for 7 yards in the first half from Knowles. We'll take another timeout. Come back. We'll have some scores from around 3A after this. Again, it's the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
When your business is agriculture, you want a bank behind you that doesn't cut and run at the first sign that there will be some tough times ahead. There are good years and there are always bad years. At Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, we're here for them all. Agriculture, it's the backbone of our local community. We believe in it. We invest in it. We're here for the long haul. If you're in agriculture, it's time to let Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma make your best even better. Contact a loan officer today. Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, the area's leading lender in agriculture.
Imagine a school with more than 26,000 enrollments per year, cultivating opportunities for students to develop new skills and gain industry-recognized certification. Now imagine a corporate training center that partners with more than 500 local businesses each year, providing a productive and prepared workforce for employers in Oklahoma through customized training. Now, imagine a community resource who believes our business thrives when our community thrives. We aren't just the local VOTEC, we are Autry Technology Center.
For more than 100 years, Oklahoma Career Tech has been training skilled and dedicated individuals, giving clear career paths to over 90,000 graduates a year. These individuals are the heartbeat of the Oklahoma workforce, serving thousands of companies, fueling this state's economy. Oklahoma is powered by Career Tech.
Is your spouse's snoring becoming an issue? Have you been told that you need a sleep study but refuse to go into a sleep lab? Then Next Gen Sleep is here to help with our innovative solution for the evaluation, testing, and treatment of sleep apnea. NextGen is proud to offer this FDA-approved, convenient, and affordable solution that can be done all from the comfort of your own home. Call today to get started. 405-308-3324 or email us at information@nextgensleep.com.
So, not real big on paying bank fees? Well, that's okay. It means you're smart with your money and you know how to get a good deal. You're a credit union kind of person, and Communication Federal is your kind of credit union. In fact, Pay Me Checking puts real money right into your account every time you use your Visa debit card, online or in stores. Pay Me Checking, the free account that pays you, only from Communication Federal Credit Union. So,
welcome back to Sulphur, Oklahoma. Again, Dustin Goodall alongside Todd Miller here at halftime. Again, right now, number 6 Sulphur on top of number 3 Marlow at the half, 7-6. As we look at scores from around 3A, in win yesterday for Kingfisher, taking down McLeod 42-3. Right now, Heritage Hall on top of Plainview. Of course, both these two teams. Again, Marlow will take on Plainview next week as Sulphur will travel to Heritage Hall. But Heritage Hall leading Plainview at halftime 29-7. Locust Grove on top of Muldrow 20-14. Lone Grove all over Douglas right now, leading 48-0. Perkins Tryon at half, leading North Rock Creek 17-0. Again, the score here, Marlow trailing 7-6 to Sulphur at halftime. Pauls Valley on Dixon right now 36-6. Pauls Valley winning that one by 30 in the second quarter. Lincoln Christian at number 7. Stigler leading 42-0 at halftime. Metro Christian on the road at Manford leading 20-0. Cassia Hall leading number 9 Bristow at the half 7-6. Verdigris leads Jay 20-0 in the second quarter. Anadarko on top of Mount St. Mary 7-6. And again, that's all of your scores from around 3A. We'll have another commercial break. We'll come back, have more of your halftime shows. You're listening to the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
Success lives here.
Day in and day out, you're committed. Every practice, every training, every game, every meet, you put in the work. Your fans may not see it, but you do. You have a story to tell, a personal brand, a career to launch, and an audience to connect with. Take control of your story with Athleon.co. You're doing the work. You deserve to benefit from it.
Wiggins Auctioneers is a full-service auction company well-versed in selling farm and rangeland, minerals, commercial and residential properties, as well as equipment, estate, and trust liquidations. In order to better serve our clients, Wiggins Realty offers conventional for-sale listings as well as buyer representation. Whether buying or selling, auction or conventional, we want to be your trusted company. Wiggins Auctioneers, 3 generations strong and setting the standard since 1963.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at Squirtle.com/stream.
Alva State Bank and Trust Company. Older than Oklahoma, big enough to serve you, and small enough to know you. We've been around since 1901, proudly serving the communities of Northwest Oklahoma and Southern Kansas. We're making banking easy. Whether you're at home, in the office, or waiting for the next quarter to start, our online or mobile banking options help you to juggle busy schedules and financial needs. So stop by and see us at any of our locations in Alva, Burlington, Freedom, Enid, and Kiowa, Kansas. We plant roots where others have branches. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Alva State Bank and Trust.
Welcome back here to Calvin A.G. Field, Sulphur, Oklahoma. At halftime, the Bulldogs lead the Marlow Outlaws 7-6, along with Ella Sunkin and Camden Billy and Dustin Goodnow. I'm Todd Miller. 24 minutes of football left to go, and Dustin, Sulphur needs to finish drives. They've been able to have some success moving the ball, but it's been when they've reached outlaw territory that things have kind of bogged down on them.
It certainly has, and again, we've seen Colton Cole struggle a little bit in the passing game. Now, we've also seen some drops here tonight, so again, that's kind of tough when your receivers and your quarterback obviously not on the same page here in the first half, although they have had a lot of success running the football tonight with Corey Myers. We've seen him. We've seen Austin Garrett out there as well. Cash Matlick, again, getting some carries. And then, Maddox Mobley has been probably one of the better weapons offensively tonight for Sulphur. And then on the other side for Marlow, again, their best offense has been running the football. They've really struggled to throw. Again, they've been much more effective on the ground here this evening. And, again, Layden's been kind of their dominant tailback tonight.
There's a reason Cade Gilbert in 2022 was the Outlaws' leading rusher. They feature him a lot in a lot of different ways with his legs, and we've seen that in the first half. You take away one bad throw from Colton Cole that was an interception, nearly a pick six. Really, Sulphur has been the better team, I think, in his first half. And as you alluded to earlier, you take away 2 turnovers. And it's really been a one-sided game in favor of the Bulldogs. And even at 6-0 when they turned it over twice, they felt very good.
No doubt. Again, Marlow's just really struggled to move the football against this defense. And, again, I think the biggest run tonight has been Layden at 14 yards. And I think you look at Cade Gilbert, I think he had another one for 13 yards. And, again, the only other carry I think in double digits was Harrison carrying for 10. So, again, they've really struggled. I'm sure they're going to make some halftime adjustments to figure out a way to move this football. But their defense, you have to give them a lot of credit. Their defense is really keeping them in it, though, here in the first 24 minutes of play.
First half scoring, Layden a 7-yard touchdown run, extra point block, 6-0 until 33 seconds to play in the first half when Cole connected to Myers for 9, and the Colton Cole extra point made it 7-6. Second half coming up after this 1-minute timeout. It's the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
Electricity, that's what we've been about since 1936. Since then, Cimarron's mission of bringing electricity to its members has been nothing short of successful. But over the years, it's become more than that. It's about powering our neighbors' heating in the winter, keeping the lights on at the ball field, and keeping your phones charged to capture those special moments. We are proud to be part of your community. Thank you for being part of Cimarron for all of these years.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes. Is your school or booster club looking...
Both teams back out of the field. We're moments away from the official start of the second half. Sulphur 1 deferred, so the Bulldogs will have a chance to build on a 7-6 lead with the football to begin the second half. A big thank you to the fine folks here at Sulphur. They have really been very hospitable to us. First time that Squirtle has been here to Calvin A.G. Field. I was walking back up the stairs, and I had my Squirtle shirt on, and this guy grabs a hold of it, and he goes, hey, are we really the game of the week on Squirtle? I said, we really are. He goes, cool beans. So I think they're a little excited to have us here, and I know we appreciate all the hospitality. It's been really great to come down and see 2 good football teams go at it head-to-head.
Well, and just look at, again, the crowd tonight. We talked about it in the pregame. Again, so many people here tonight from Sulphur, and, again, a great group of fans across the way from Marlow have really turned out for this big game, again, for both teams and the community as well.
Only 70 minutes, the drive between these 2 Southern Oklahoma communities. Deep to receive the kick will be DeMonte Patterson along with Austin Gilbert. Gilbert will kick it away for Marlow, and here we go. Second half is underway. Patterson from the 3, straight ahead to the 10 to the 15. Look at the speed to the 20, 25. Still on his feet up across the 35 and down near the 38-yard line. My goodness, it doesn't take much for DeMontre Patterson to really become a headache on special teams.
No, DeMontre Patterson is such a weapon, and you got to think at some point Sulphur's probably going to start to get the football in his hands more as you see the speed, and nearly able to break that one again and kind of, see Marlow arm tackle him that time. It allowed him to pick up an extra 5 to 7 yards.
And we told you he transferred from Ada last year as the 4A 100-meter state champ with a run of 10.58. We saw that speed right there on a 35-yard kickoff return. Out of the gun, it's Colton Cole. Single set back is Myers. They fake the handoff. Now they'll swing it out right. Maddox Mobley, and Mobley is corralled and dropped the football, and it's just as well because that play was going nowhere. Second down and 10.
Now, he might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage or maybe picked up a yard, but Marlow had that play strung out and read it well. But again, another drop you see from these receivers tonight, again from Sulphur.
It's the third drop of the Bulldog receiving corps tonight, and Maddox Mobley is sure-handed coming in. He had 13 catches. He had one in the first half. Second down and 10 at the 38-yard line. 7-6 early third quarter. Sulphur leading unbeaten Marlow. Now out of the Wildcat, it's Maddox Mobley with running room left. And Mobley is able to get up to the 44-yard line. So a gain of 6, and that was a good play. Third down and 4 upcoming. Sulphur by far and away the better of the two teams in the first half on third down tries.
Yeah, Mobley, again, his third carry of the night, picks up another good gain of 6 yards, and that's been a very effective play out of that Wildcat look tonight for Sulphur.
Took us all of 56 minutes to play the first two quarters. We're a minute into the second half. It's 3rd and 4 Sulphur at their own 44-yard line, moving from east to west here at Calvin A.G. Field. First time we've ever called a game here on Squirtle. One back set out of the gun. Cole fakes the handoff, rolls right, dumps it off of the near flat. Davenport dropped the football again, and it's probably just as well because Corbin Dittner, the junior strong safety, was about to lay him to the ground for a loss, and that play just was too slow developing.
It was, and again, that's another long throw, Todd, that had to get there. And even if Davenport catches that one, he might have been able to pick up a yard, maybe 2, but that was going nowhere from the start.
Colton Cole had a big 48-yard punt late in the first half to tilt field position back in the Bulldogs' favor. He stands back at the 31-yard line. He will kick it away to Jacob Croson, and it's an end-over-end kick, and Croson's going to get away from it. It takes a big hop. Now he leaps in the air and fields it at the 21-yard line, but he is buried on special teams. First down there was Caden Seitz, a 5'9", 151-pound junior. And at the last instant, Dustin, he decided to leap up in the air. That was a very, very dangerous and almost costly decision.
Yes, it certainly was. That's one of those ones, again, I think if you're Croson, you just let it go. And Seitz got there right just in time to come up and make a big hit on Croson that time. And that ball did not go anywhere. But you're right, could have been a very dangerous play for Marlow and possibly a costly turnover.
Clint Layden, who had the 7-yard touchdown run after the Harris interception to give Marlow the early lead, is in a pistol formation. Tight end motions to the far side. They hand it off to Layden, patiently picking his way, and then he runs into Maddox Boyd and Austin Garrett, the middle linebacker. He only pick up 2 to the 25, and Garrett was the last one to get there, but he did exactly what a Mike linebacker should do.
He did come up and filled that hole and just drilled the running back and allowed Layden to really go nowhere.
10-19 in county to go, third quarter, 7-6. Todd Miller, Dustin Goodnow, the crew with you tonight from Sulphur, Oklahoma. Game of the week, our other game of the week, Chandler and Jones. Jones leading the unbeaten Lions at halftime here on Squirtle as well. 2nd and 8 for the 25-yard line. Pistol formation for the white and navy-cladded Outlaws. Quick throw on a slant over the middle, incomplete. He was looking for Cody Weber, who had inside position, but that was a dart. Weber no chance to make the reception. It's 3rd and 8 Outlaws.
Yeah, it's another one, too. Weber got his hands on it, just couldn't corral it. As you said, Gilbert threw that one pretty hard, and I don't think it would have been a first down. It would have come up probably about 2 yards shy.
Marlow 0 of 4 on third down tries tonight. They need to get to the 33-yard line in their own end of the field, traveling from west to east. And here comes the loud music as they crank it up, trying to urge on the defense. Sulphur leading early second half, 7-6 in the 3A District 2 matchup. One back set. Back to throw, Gilbert rolling left. He steps up, eludes one wave of defenders, throws near side of the ball, incomplete. Cody Weber number 4 working on his opposite number. Number 4, Maddox Mobley, had a step, but the ball was thrown to the front side shoulder out of bounds.
But you see, again, the pressure that Sulphur creates, getting into the backfield and making Cade Gilbert have to run and scramble out to his left. And that was going to be a tough throw to be able to make it, to get it to Weber that time. But that's a good defensive stop if you're Sulphur forcing the 3 and out.
Mobley awaits the punt from Gilbert. It's an end-over-end kick. And now Mobley makes a diving catch. He fumbles the football. It's picked up by Marlow and off to the races. And it's going to be a touchdown for the Outlaws. It is Zach Dawson. Now, let's see if they call that a muff punt. If they do, it will not be a touchdown. It will be possession to the Outlaws. Now, I think they're calling it back, and they're going to put the ball down at the 42-yard line, but Mobley made a very poor decision.
He did. You never want to come up and have to dive and just reach out and try and go get that football. That's one, again, if you don't think you can get to it, just let it hit the turf and go where it's going to go. And boy, that's another mistake tonight by Sulphur, and gives Marlow terrific field position to start this drive.
They will start at the 43-yard line of Sulphur. The first time the Outlaws have started a drive of the opponent's end of the field. Empty backfield. Cade Gilbert lobs one deep over the middle. The pass is caught inside the 10 to the 5, into the end zone for the touchdown. On the receiving end was Corbin Dittner, the tight end, a backup, 5'11", 184 pounds, and a junior.
Boy, what a throw from Gilbert, and to a wide-open receiver, Dittner, that time, who broke one tackle, and it was Bridge Barrett who couldn't bring him down, and then he just squirted through those defenders and able to easily get in the end zone. That's a terrific call from Marlow.
So 2 plays, 2 touchdowns tonight for the Marlow Outlaws, and both have come after Sulphur turnovers. One an interception, the other a muff punt by Mobley. And now let's see if Marlow will go for 2, trying to make it a full 7-point game after Gilbert's first extra point was blocked. Now, he is the place kicker, and it looks like at least momentarily they're lining up for a single-point try. 12-6 for the tie being our score. 9:44 to play here in the third quarter.
Thought it looked like they said they threw a flag that the penalty flag will be assessed on the kickoff, it looked like.
I did not see the flag. They're using pink flags tonight. And as Dustin said, it was against Marlow, so they'll assess it on the kickoff. Good snap, ball down. This time plenty of arc, and the ball is good. And we get a timeout. 9:44 to play, third quarter. Marlow, 13 points off of Sulphur turnovers, has a 6-point lead here with the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business, and remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
Born and raised in Edmond, Oklahoma, Trevor Randall is very familiar with the area and the Oklahoma economy. Trevor enjoys helping customers just like you identify the insurance coverage that best fits their needs, with over 19 years of experience to help you better understand the options, whether that's auto, home, renters, business insurance, and more. So give Randall Insurance Agency a call at 405-341-7878 and let us help you get the protection you need with the service you deserve. Born and raised in Edmond, Oklahoma.
Unsportsmanlike conduct was the penalty that was assessed to Marlow. I'm going to assume that it was a celebration penalty. So instead of kicking at the 40, the Outlaws now will kick back at the 25-yard line, leading 13-7. And Marlow is +3 tonight, Dustin, in the turnover battle.
They are, and this is probably their biggest mistake of the night, was that celebration penalty, because now all of a sudden Sulphur is going to get terrific field position, especially if they end up kicking this ball to Patterson.
Gilbert will do the honors. Cade Gilbert, the kicker or the punter, booted through the extra point. He's one of 2 in that category tonight. Patterson is deep to receive along with Austin Garrett. Here's the 7-yard running approach, toe to leather, and they're going to kick it to the far side. This time it is Davenport outside the numbers to the 20, to the 30-yard line, now up across the 40. Flag comes in from behind the play, and that may be coming back some penalty yardage against Sulphur.
Boy, that's tough if you're Sulphur, because it looked like they'd gotten out to the 42 on the return from Davenport. Now all of a sudden you may be backed up inside the 35 at the 32, or depending on where this flag was thrown.
Personal foul, face mask against the Outlaws. So we weren't right on that one. It's signaled by the referee, Tim Dotterer. His crew has done a good job tonight.
They certainly have, and that's a big penalty against Marlow. So now you have the celebration penalty that cost you 15 yards on the kickoff. Now on the return, you have a personal foul face mask. So Sulphur has not ran a play, and they're going to start inside Marlow territory.
Marlow's problems with the pink hanky tonight started on their next to last drive of the first half when they had it up across the 45 of their end of the field, ended up after that drive started at the 7, punting for the 11. First down and 10 at the 46-yard line of Sulphur. Colton Cole out of the gun, sends Patterson in motion to the far side. It's a hander on the left end. Patterson's trying to get free of one defender, can't. Hudson Morgan was there first, then Jace Hutt, his linebacking buddy, threw him out of bounds, and now there was some extracurricular activity going on at the end of the play, and a flag has come in front of the Marlow sideline.
Boy, and that's going to be a shame if it was on Marlow, because they did a great job, and that was Hudson Morgan who was able to string that play out, and looked like initially Patterson had some running room, but boy, it closed quickly. That was a terrific defensive play, but maybe negated by the penalty.
Two of our officials getting together and visiting. The white cap, Tim Dotterer, momentarily will give us the indication here to the press box. And it looks like it's going to go against Marlow. The Outlaws have started to walk backwards. And again, as Dustin just told you, that would be their second major penalty here in less than 3 minutes of the second half. You see the indication? It's a 5-yard penalty against, I did not see his signal. 5-yard penalty, so the ball goes to the 39-yard line. It'll be second down and 5 at the 39-yard line of Marlow. Tight end left, single setback, offset to the right. They fake the handoff to Garrett. Out of the Wildcat is Mobley with running room down the middle of the field. Maddox Mobley inside the 25. And down to the 24-yard line, give the sophomore 15 yards on that run before he was finally stopped by Peyton Eddy.
Well, that was a terrific run by Mobley. Spun off a couple of tacklers not able to knock him down inside the 35, and picked up a few more extra yards. Again, that's been one of the better plays tonight we've seen from Sulphur out of that Wildcat with Mobley.
Back out there is Mobley at quarterback. He's going to keep it. Look at the running room. He's hit at the 16, spins down to the 14-yard line. And that should be enough for a first down, or maybe it's going to be a half-yard short. Boy, he hits the hole extremely hard.
Boy, he did, and he knocked over a Marlow defender on his way to picking up 9 yards. Another good run from Mobley.
Second down and less than a yard for the first down. They're inside the red zone to the 14-yard line, and now official stoppage of play. 8:43 to play here with the third period. Sulphur trying to answer back at the Marlow touchdown that was set up after a muffed punt. Maddox Mobley determined with his legs to make up for that special teams mistake.
No question. I wondered what the officials were talking about there. I think the crowd wanted a first down, but there's no question he came up just about a half a yard shy.
In the backfield is Myers. They stay to the Wildcat. It's actually Garrett. They hand it off to Austin running left, and he's close. He didn't need much, and he didn't get much around that left end.
What, Todd, they're actually going to go with third down, so he didn't pick up anything.
Third and about the length of the football for the first down. Ball at the 14-yard line of Marlow. Without a doubt, they will pick it up here. It's 4-down territory. Under 8 minutes to play, third quarter, 13-7 Marlow. In a 3A District 2 matchup, one of 3 unbeaten teams in the district. Maddox remains out there as the Wildcat. Maddox Mobley has the first down. He'll move the chains to the 12-yard line. Picks up 2. So they can pick up a first down without scoring the touchdown with 7:50 to play here in the third. They have gone primarily on the last 3 or 4 snaps with Mobley in the Wildcat formation. They're going to bring Colton Cole back out there as the quarterback. And Cole is lined up as a tight end left. Maddox Mobley in the Wildcat formation. Hands it off. Austin Garrett makes a cut inside the 10. Garrett submarines down to the 8, give him 4. That's a unique look right there as they're putting the quarterback, Colton Cole, with his hand on the ground as a tight end.
They are, and you know what? He's 6'3", 220 pounds. It probably is a good reason why he can handle that and play that position when you go to this Wildcat look with Mobley. And, again, all of this has been done on the ground this drive for Sulphur.
Ball is at the 9 officially, so he only picks up 3. It's 2nd down and 7. Mobley and Austin Garrett in the backfield. The tight end is the quarterback, Colton Cole, lined up left. Mobley will keep it, running left. Mobley's hit, spins, stays on his feet, inside the 5, diving towards the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Terrific call, and again by Mobley. But how about the spin move that time he put on the defender? Able to break a couple of tackles and get back into the end zone, and once again we're tied, Todd.
How about that drive? Primarily it was Maddox Mobley, and he makes atonement for the special teams mistake, and just like that, the pendulum swings and momentum back in front of favors the Bulldogs.
Well, when you find several plays that work like that, you stay with it.
Here's Cole's extra point number 14 of the way, and it is good. Timeout. 6:43 to go, third quarter. Sulphur back in front by 1, 14-13. Back after these messages on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
Anger, anxiety, worry, and disbelief, these are normal emotions to feel with an unplanned pregnancy. You have options, and you are not alone. Hope Pregnancy Center in Alva is a safe, confidential, and compassionate place to land. Hope offers free pregnancy testing and ultrasound, and you will be provided education for all your options. Remember, you aren't alone. We can help with hope. Visit thinkimpregnant.org. That's thinkimpregnant.org.
Dr. Devin Nightingale is your chiropractic choice in North Edmond with easy access from Cashion, Guthrie, Luther, and all the Oklahoma City surrounding areas. As a former college athlete, Dr. Nightingale understands the importance of a fully functioning body to gain that competitive edge. Also certified in prenatal and pediatric treatments, Dr. Nightingale sees all types of patients, ranging from 2 weeks old to 97 years old. We offer conservative treatments to get you back in the game, whether you're a weekend warrior or a professional athlete. So give us a call at 405-471-5565 for a free consultation today. Dr. Devin Nightingale is...
Colton Cole will put the ball on the tee at the 40-yard line. He will kick it away. And again, Sulphur with a 7-play, 46-yard drive has taken a 1-point lead. They angle kick it to the near side. It's returned at the 17, outside the numbers to the 25, and then he is driven laterally out of bounds, he being Clint Layden, and a flag comes in at the end of that play.
Well, Sulphur indicating this is on Marlow, so we'll have to wait and see. I think it may have been a late hit.
There has been a ton of patterns develop into this ball game tonight. Marlow's 2 touchdowns, 1-play drives off of Sulphur turnovers. Sulphur's 2 touchdowns, both have come on drives that started inside Outlaws territory.
That's what it is, a personal foul going against Marlow. So instead of starting at your own 31, now you're going to be backed up to your own 16.
6:39 to play here in the third quarter. Along with Dustin Goodnow, I'm Todd Miller. Marlow has just continued to shoot themselves in the foot, Dustin, here with this third quarter with penalties.
Oh, they really have. Again, that's where, Sulphur's able to start on some of these drives. And then now all of a sudden you're hurting yourself, you're hurting your offense. You're starting in bad field position where it could have been the 31. Now instead it's going to be the 16. Marlow's got to clean up some of these penalties.
First down and 10 officially at the 15-yard line is where they put it down. 6:39 to play here in the third quarter. Glad to be with you tonight from Calvin A.G. Field. First time Squirtle was paid a visit here to this southern Oklahoma community that's steeped in history. Beautiful part of the state as well. Clint Layden is the single setback. He is lined up to the left of Cade Gilbert. 2 receivers right, 1 to the near side for the Outlaws. Receiver to the near side starts to shift. Now holds in a slot position. They hand it off to Layden. No, it's a keeper. Cade Gilbert, he's swallowed under a yard loss at the 14. That play had absolutely no chance from its inception, and it was 32 Coy Myers, the senior defensive end, that was last off the pile.
Yeah, he was all over Gilbert that time. Read it right off the ball, and that's a good play defensively on first down, as I think he may have lost about a half a yard.
6:14 to play, the clock rolling here in the third quarter. Winner again will join Heritage Hall after 8 weeks and 5 district games as the only beaten in 3A District 2. Both still have trips to Oklahoma City. Sulphur next week, Marlow in 2 weeks. Gilbert fakes the handoff. He wants to throw, dances, running out of time, and they get the pressure home, and they sack him. Inside the 10, all the way back to the 8, a loss of 6. Justice Gilliam was there again. This guy just continues to eat up front. His second tackle for loss tonight, his third sack of the season, and now 12 tackles for losses this year.
Yeah, Justice Gilliam living in the offensive backfield tonight. Does another good play to bring down Gilbert. And you saw him kind of look like he was trying to take that ball away from Gilbert at the last second on that sack. That's a good defensive play, though. Sets up a 3rd and long where Marlow has really struggled.
They're at the 8. They need to get to the 25-yard line, so it's 3rd and 17 to the clock rolling with 5:10 to play in the third quarter. Gilbert sends a man in motion to the far side. Gilbert tosses right. Layden trying to get to the corner. He's in trouble and drugged down. Back to the 5-yard line. Goodness gracious, that Sulphur defense is fired up now as that play goes for -3, and it will be punt time in a very precarious situation for Cade Gilbert.
Yeah, that's not what you wanted on that drive that, again, initially it would have started at the 31. Instead, it starts at the 16, and you do nothing but go backwards.
Here comes the pressure. They almost got to the punt. Gilbert angles one to the near side. It hits at the 34, turns over, and he's going to get a ton of roll off this yardage off this roll all the way down to the 43-yard line. So 45 up, 7 down, a 52-yard punt for Cade Gilbert under heavy duress from his own end zone.
Yeah, I thought that one actually was going to end up getting blocked, but good job from Gilbert to get it off. And he got a nice roll off at the end of that one to at least put Sulphur back in their own territory, but they're still going to start in really good field position from the 43.
Keep in mind, they have had the betterment of the field position tonight at the Bulldogs, but their only scoring drives have started in Marlow's into the field, and they have started several beyond their own 40-yard line tonight. This one will scrimmage at the 43-yard line. Colton Cole, who was a tight end on that last series primarily, is back out there as the quarterback. 3 receivers to the far side. They fake the handoff. They'll throw it out left. Ball is caught by Maddox Mobley, and he is tripped up for no gain as he flipped it over Hills at the 43. 2nd and 10. We're now under 4 minutes to play here in the third quarter.
Yeah, a good defensive play by Marlow to just trip up Mobley on that side. And we get the passing game just not there tonight for Sulphur, but we've seen them be very dominant in the running game so far.
Everything, Dustin, has almost been throwing to the far side of the field from the hash marks, and as you've alluded to several times, just too slow to developing plays. 2nd down and 10 with 3:51 and counted to play third quarter. 14-13, Sulphur over Marlow. Extra back in the backfield. Coy Myers gets the handoff. Myers stripping out of tackles all the way inside Marlow territory and down to the 47-yard line. That'll be right at the marker and a first down for the Bulldogs.
Good run from Myers that time. Boy, he hit the hole and just took off and just got tripped up right around the first down marker, but good call on 2nd and 10.
Mobley out of the Wildcat, Myers out of the pistol. Boy, these guys hit the holes quickly. And that offensive line has done really well tonight. They have started a senior, 3 juniors, and a sophomore, and Colton Cole really hasn't even hardly been touched when he's been back to throw. 1st and 10 at the Marlow 47 for Sulphur. Handoff goes to Myers, gets out of an ankle tackle, won't get free of the second wave of defenders, and down he goes, hit first by Brance Bateman, a junior. Also in there on the stop for Marlow was Clint Layton.
Yeah, I think you saw Hudson Morgan in on that play. We've called his name several times tonight. And that's, again, a good play, that stretch play that time. This time they decided to try and go wide, and that's where Marlow's had a lot more success stopping that run than they had when Marlow's decides to run it between the tackles.
2nd and 11 after a loss of 1. Ball back to the 48 of the Outlaws, and we're under 2.5 minutes now to play here in the third quarter. 14-13 Sulphur, leading unbeaten in third-ranked Marlow. Three-man defensive front. Straight drop for Cole. Protection starting to run out. Cole steps up. Now he's just going to try to run for it and dives down back at the 48-yard line for no gain. They were able to get home with the pressure, and Peyton Eddy was the one that finally touched him down to the 48.
Yeah, good stop by that defensive line, not allowing Colton Cole to really go anywhere. And good coverage down the field by Marlow again. They just can't find any open receivers that time.
Winding towards 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter, along with Dustin Goodnow. I'm Todd Miller. We're glad to be with you from Calvin A.G. Field in Sulphur. Second time in 3 weeks I've had the opportunity to call a couple of big 3A matchups. One was at Perkins, the Demons and Metro Christian. And tonight here in Sulphur between the Outlaws and the Bulldogs. 3rd and 11 of the 48. Handoff goes to Garrett running left, and he drug a tackler who had him by the ankle across the 45 and down to the 43-yard line. Only a gain of 5. And the defender that went for a ride was Peyton Eddy. So he's been active on this drive defensively.
Well, now decision time. If you're Sulphur, you're looking at 4th and 6. You could punt the ball and try and pin them deep. We've seen Marlow's offense really struggle, and again, especially inside their own 10. But it looks like Sulphur's going to line up and try and go for this.
They went for it on 4th down earlier. Belatedly, Patterson runs into the lineup. He'll line up as a slot split to the short side. Tied into the near side. One back set. They may be trying to draw him off sides to Colton Cole with a hard count here. And the play clock is down to 0. So we'll have to see whether they get the timeout called or whether or not they will take the delay of game penalty. I don't see a flag on the field. It is dead ball delay of game. And so that will give Colton Cole a little bit more punting room with which to work back at his 40. Give the Outlaws credit. They were disciplined. 63 seconds to play here in the period. 1 point Sulphur lead. Belatedly running on to await the punt is Barron Gage. Correction. It's Cade Gilbert. Here's the punt from Colton Cole. Good, tight, spiraling punt. Gilbert is going to return it inside the 10, back at the 6, circles right to the 12, and down he goes near the 15-yard line. Goodness gracious, what a weapon Colton Cole is. And again, poor starting field position for the Outlaws with under a minute to play in the third quarter.
Let's see what Marlow can do here offensively. Again, really their best offense tonight has been creating turnovers on defense. Again, getting the short field. And, we've seen Cade Gilbert able to pick up some runs, but just, again, have not been very effective in the passing game here tonight. But at some point, you probably have to think they're going to go to it more.
Interesting. They had Gilbert back there to receive that punt. He does so much for you offensively. 1st and 10 of the 15, one back set. Gilbert's going to keep it at a quarterback run, and there's nowhere to go. And somehow he squirts out and is able to pick up 4 to the 19-yard line. And that was all Cade Gilbert because there was absolutely nothing there. The Bulldogs initially had him stonewalled for no gain. Under a half minute to play. Clock winding down, third quarter, 14-13. We thought this would be a low-scoring defensive battle, and it has been. Marlow on the edge, I think, with a little bit of advantage. Physical-wise, though, that has belonged to Sulphur. Tight end motions from near to far, and it's a keeper again. Gilbert behind the right side, able to get up across the 25. He's stretched out but dives down to the 26. That'll be enough for a first down. And the clock will momentarily stop for the movement of chains.
A good pickup of 7 yards by Gilbert. Again, that's where they've been most effective with him keeping and running.
That'll be the final play here in the third quarter. So 12 minutes to decide a big Week 8 winner in 3A District 2. Through 3 quarters, number 6 Sulphur leads unbeaten to number 3 Marlow. 14-13 on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
Are you looking for a local, reliable propane provider? Earnhardt Oil and Propane has been serving customers throughout Oklahoma since 1971. Let them tailor a pricing option to fit your budget. Avoid winter price spikes with easy pay, steady, predictable monthly payments you can count on. Need more fuel options? They also offer bulk fuel delivery, DEF, lubricants, and supplies for your business, all at competitive prices. For reliability 3 generations strong, call Earnhardt Oil and Propane at 866-270-1279 or visit www.earnhardtpropane.com.
Ready to get back in the game? Great news. The movement experts at Physical Therapy Central can help you find relief and results and keep you off the sidelines. With over 30 convenient locations across Oklahoma City and beyond, contact PT Central today at ptcentral.org to see a physical therapist.
First down and 10, Marlow. We start quarter number 4. Sulphur leading the Outlaws 14-13. Marlow has it at the 26. They'll flip ends of the field. They will go from left to right. Cade Gilbert walks up behind the line of scrimmage. One back set and a pistol. Direct snap, fakes the handoff, throws it out left. Ball is caught behind the line of scrimmage. He's breaking tackles up across the 35 and has a first down near the 40-yard line. It was Jacob Krausen on the reception, and he did most of that himself. Okay, Matt Weber is not losing his mind, and we're not losing our mind. Cade Gilbert wears number 2. He did not receive that punt. There is a second number 2 over the sidelines. So Matt Weber was not putting his quarterback back there.
It would be kind of interesting to do something like that. A chance of getting him hurt or.
We don't have a second number 2, though, on the roster. First and 10, Marlow at the 39-yard line. Half a minute into the fourth quarter. They'll motion Krause out to the far side. And it is a handoff to Clint Layden, and he is tackled for no gain. In fact, may have lost a half yard. Going to actually spot him for 2 yards back to the 37. They ran to the short side of the field, and there was nothing doing.
Well, that's not where Marlow wants to be. They've got to pick up positive yards on first down, and going backwards on first down is not where this offense wants to be at, and makes it really difficult on the play calling.
It is really hard when you lose first and second down, and with these two defenses, as you just said, it is a nightmare to try and overcome second and third down and long. Second and 12, back at the 37-yard line. Marlow, early fourth quarter. Gilbert turned, now is under pressure. He's going to step up. And he is tripped up, stays on his feet, hit twice, and buried to the 40-yard line. After that, he gets one of the 2 lost of the previous play to the 38-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd and 11. I'll tell you what, he took a little bit of punishment to stay on his feet.
He did. He wanted Layden down the field, but just did not have the time to get him to throw the football. And once again, you see Sulphur's defensive line just all over Gilbert in the backfield. And give credit to Gilbert, though, did get away from the initial pressure in the sack and at least picked up a yard.
3rd and 11 at the 39-yard line. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. 10 minutes to play in a 1-point game. Sulphur leading Marlow in 3 District 2 on Squirtle, 14-13. Single setback. Gilbert gets the exchange. Gilbert rolling left. Gilbert throwing deep left, and nobody is there except Patterson, and he's going to make the interception. That one airmailed on Cade Gilbert, and it was not Patterson but Bridge Barrett, the sophomore, in the backfield that looked like he was roaming center field to pick that ball off.
Yeah, Gilbert just throwing one up for grabs, and Sulphur had 2 defenders out there and overshot the receiver, Bridge Barrett. That's an easy interception for a safety and able to come up with a turnover.
He goes down to the 18-yard line, so it is first down and 10 with 9:53 to play. And despite up 1 point, this game is not over, but this game also plays into the liking of Sulphur, who wants to control things on the ground. Maddox Mobley is in the backfield. Now they're running on Jeremiah Knowles, the fullback. So they have 2 in the backfield. It's a wildcat snap. And Mobley has it running left. And Mobley's across the 20 out to the 25-yard line, a gain of 7. That play has been good for 4, 5, 6, 7 yards about every time they've run it.
Oh, yes, it has. And again, Mobley just continues to run hard as this game goes along. To give a lot of credit to this offensive line. Again, they've kind of just pushing their way up front against the Marlow defensive line. They've been much more physical here in the second half.
9:15 and counting to play of the football game. 14-13. You see the score in the lower left of your screen. We thought a good one. It is not disappointed. They bring the fullback in. Knowles stays out there. It's a wildcat snap again. This time they hand it off, and it's Coy Myers, it's 24 Cash Matlack, and he falls forward for a yard to the 26, bringing up 3rd and short. So the first takeaway of the night for Sulphur.
Well, and this is where you want to be, though, if you're Sulphur. Third and 2, 3rd and 3. This makes the play calling pretty easily because you have to imagine the ball's either going to go into the hands of Myers or we're going to see Mobley keep it.
Well, Myers is back out there. He was snapping his headgear as he walks into the huddle. First takeaway tonight by the Bulldog defense to set this drive up. 3rd and 2 at the 26-yard line. 2 tight ends right. One of those is Myers. Out of the Wildcat, it's Mobley. Stays low to the ground and has the first down as he burrows his way to the 31-yard line. That's what he does. He stays low, man. He gets behind those big guys up front and just kind of burrows his way for yardage.
Yeah, I mean, he's really good. He's a very patient runner. And again, kind of just picks his way through there. That's what you really like about Mobley. And again, a lot of this being done here in the second half is when they started to go to that Wildcat look.
Maddox Mobley, he is going to come off. Needs a breather. He's been involved in a lot tonight. Front of his pants are soiled. He has really played well. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Back out there is Colton Cole. The give goes to Myers, and not much. In fact, he got back to the line of scrimmage and no more at the 31. 7:45 in Canada play here in the ball game.
They've done a really pretty good job on Myers. You know, he had 7 carries for 38 yards here in the second half, but has not been able to really do much here in the second half. I think his longest run has been 10.
This is what championship teams do. They run the football when they have to run the football, and the other guy knows what you're going to do.
Yeah, that's what's tough if you're Marlow. You know what's coming, and sometimes you're still not able to stop it. Now they did there on first down to make it 2nd and long.
Working a lot of time off the clock. This drive is already 2 minutes old. We're approaching 7 minutes to play in the ball game. From the 31, the snap goes through the hands of Cole, and he dives back on it at the 21-yard line. A very good play by Colton Cole, not to try to pick it up and further the loss. Instead, it's going to go for -10. It'll be 3rd down and 20.
Boy, and that's tough if you're Sulphur. A mistake there just right through the hands of Cole. Now if you're Marlow, a great opportunity to get off the field and get the ball back to your offense, and you've got a chance to maybe pick up pretty good field position if you can come up with a big stop here on 3rd down.
See what they call from Corey Cole, who has spent almost 2 decades at Sulphur as the athletic director. Last year took over after the passing of legendary Bulldog head coach Jim Dixon. From the 21, it's 3rd and 20. Drop for Cole. Gets a lot of air underneath it. Left side of the ball. Batted away. Incomplete. He was looking for Gaddy, and it was tipped by Caden Harris, who's played well out there at quarter.
He did. That was good coverage as Harris right there step for step with Gaddy, and Cole just let it go. It's one of those 50-50 balls where you let your receiver go up and make a play, but Harris made the play defensively to knock that one away, and it's a big stop and a big hold for Marlow's defense.
So the mishandled snap bogs that drive down. It'll be a punt time now for Sulphur back at their own 21-yard line. So Colton Cole will stand at the 9. He will kick it away to the unknown number 2 at the 45-yard line. Snap back. Kick is on the way. It's an end-over-end kick, and they're going to wave for a fair catch and make it near midfield. So it'll turn out to be about a 29, 30-yard punt. But in a one-point game, good starting field position at midfield now for the Marlow offense. 6:18 to play in the ball game. Sulphur has been riding their defense tonight. Can they do it again? Marlow has ridden their defense to 2 one-play drives in this ball game. That's how their 13 points have been scored. Pistol formation laid in the backfield. Fake handoff, back to throw. Gilbert, he's tackled by the jersey. Slung to the ground, Austin Gilbert got him, and he just grabbed him by the back of the jersey and twirled him around.
He did, and Justice Gilliam also had a hold of him that time and allowed Garrett to really clean that play up. As we've said Gilliam's name all night long, you see again the pressure of the defensive line getting to Gilbert.
Garrett came in with 1 sack of the season. He also came in with 3 tackles behind the line of scrimmage. That one goes for -8 back to the 42-yard line of the Outlaws. And time starting to become a factor. We're approaching 5.5 minutes to play, although it's still just a one-point game. And both teams with their full complement of timeouts coming down the stretch. 2 seconds, 1 second. Now Marlow didn't get the playing time, so that's going to cost them a timeout. In a one-point game, that could be very, very costly. We'll step away, 5:32 to play. Sulphur by a point, 14-13 over the Outlaws here on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
This is Game Time. Neptune Game Time creates a high-energy game day atmosphere that your players and fans will love. Every song in our database is 100% lyric safe, which means you can stop screening music for good. Game Time also provides custom messaging to help you promote your upcoming events, concessions, and event-specific announcements. And it gives you the opportunity to sell sponsorships on your station that will generate revenue for your athletic department. Amp up your game day with Game Time.
Second down and 18 as we discuss going to the break. A very costly timeout having to be burned by Matt Weber of the Outlaws. That leaves them with 2 and a 1-point game with under 6 minutes to play. Weber motions from left to right of the formation. Back to throw is Gilbert. Cade throws one deep left, a little bit of contact, incomplete, and no flag. He was looking for Baron Gage, who was locked up with DeMontre Patterson. If you're watching here on Squirtle, if you have friends around the state that want to see to the end of this one, don't forget you can go to the Sports Animal Facebook page and app, as well as Squirtle.com and the Squirtle app to see this game. Third down and 18 to the 42-yard line.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see what kind of play Marlow has drawn up here because, again, they went the deep ball there on 2nd and 10. As we talked about, only 2 timeouts left. They may only get the ball back one other time, so you got to make this one count, at least maybe pick up some yardage and pin Sulphur deep.
They better hurry. Play clock is down to 2. They snap it. Gilbert fakes the handoff. Stands tall. Now he's running out of time, and they've got him home. They get the pressure home again. Gilbert didn't think he was down. Coy Myers sacked him, and the loss goes back to the 39-yard line. So a loss of 3 and a drive that started at midfield ends up netting minus 11.
Well, and how many drives have we seen that tonight for Marlow that, again, where they start, but they finish way back behind the chains?
Gilbert to punt, and it's a wobbly punt to the near side, hits at the 32, and is going to make a right turn and roll down at about the 26-yard line. So he gets 11 up, 24 down, a 35-yard punt with 4:49 to play in the fourth quarter. Sulphur leading Marlow 14-13. Didn't think there would be a lot of difference between these two teams, and only 1 point to this point has separated them.
Well, now if you're Sulphur, you know what's coming. If you're Marlow at Sulphur, you're going to try and just continue to run the football. But the one thing you have to make sure, because they have fumbled a few times tonight, is to protect that football, because that's where Marlow's been able to take advantage on those turnovers and good field position.
See who's out there at quarterback. They remain with Maddox Mobley. He's primarily been the Wildcat quarterback in the second half. Direct snap. Mobley will keep it with running room. 30, ankle tackle. He slips into the 35. Dives down to the 38-yard line. A gain of a dozen. And that's going to allow Sulphur to continue to work on that clock. Once they start it, there'll be under 4.5 minutes to play.
Boy, this kid is such a weapon, Todd. It's been exciting watching him play tonight because, again, he's been the main piece of the offense here in the second half that's really helped Sulphur, not only get this lead but really maintain the lead.
4:25 and counting to play. Dustin Goodnow, Todd Miller with you live from Sulphur. Buckle it up, folks, either on the Sports Animal app or here on Squirtle for an exciting finish. 2 tight ends right, actually 1 tight end right, and the single setback is Garrett. Out of the Wildcat, it's Mobley again. Mobley running left is hit and able to angle out of bounds for a gain of 2 to the 41-yard line. Lawson Knox came up for the safety spot to drive him out of bounds. Minimal game, but he got out of bounds, and that stops the clock with 4 minutes to play.
Yeah, that's the primary the thing on that call is, Mobley, you want to try and stay in bounds and not go out of bounds that time, because now essentially you just gave Marlow a free timeout.
Colton Cole coming in with the play. Cole has been used as a tight end. He still is the tight end, lined up right. This is a different look from Sulphur tonight here in the second half. Garrett in the backfield with Mobley. Austin gets the handoff. Blast Inside or past the 45 down to the 49-yard line. And that's going to be very near a first down. It's going to be third and less than a yard for Sulphur.
Boy, and how about Garrett? That's a terrific run. And did you see him use that left hand, Todd, to keep himself balanced and stay up and able to get a few more yardage? That's a good run.
Sulphur right now the more aggressor of the two teams, Dustin.
No question. Well, and actually, Todd, I think they gave him a first down.
They did at the 49-yard line. So they can take another 2.5, 3 minutes off this clock, and there's only 3:48 to play. And as Dustin told you a moment ago, when they get to burn that time out, they may, if they're fortunate, get the ball back one final time. Fourth play of the drive, they have moved upfield 23 yards for their own 26 to the 49. It's been Mobley and it's been Austin Garrett. Two tight ends to the near side. Mobley out of the Wildcat, tripped up, stays at his feet. 50, angles out of bounds again. Can't do that. Blade Harris was there. He was assisted by Lawson Knox. Second down and 8.
Yeah, that's one again. If you're Mobley, you've got to stay in bounds. Again, with Marlow, just those 2 timeouts. You want this clock to continue to run, but when you get ushered out of bounds like that, clock does stop and allows Marlow to get, well, and the good thing, if you're Marlow, you held him to 2 yards.
Yeah, that's the other thing. And not like you went out of bounds after a 7-yard run. Second down and 8. Out of the gun is Mobley again. It's a Wildcat look, and he dives down to the 45-yard line, or close to it. Gain of about 4.5, and immediately a timeout is called, and that will be the second charged to Marlow. 3:13 to play, so a big third down and 5 upcoming for the Bulldogs. They lead the Outlaws 14-13 on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
At Maples Nixon Dieselhorst, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Dieselhorst, and we are here to help. At Maples Nixon.
This is a big third down for both teams. Marlow doesn't get a stop. They're in trouble. They just used the second of 3 timeouts. Third down and a long 4. Sulphur at the Outlaw 45-yard line. Mobley is in there at quarterback. He runs left out of the Wildcat. He dives close to the first down, and I think he has it to the 42-yard line. It is Mobley left, Mobley up the middle. Occasionally they'll sprinkle in Garrett. And that Outlaw defense, knowing what has to happen, still cannot have an answer.
Yeah, now at this point, you really don't have any choice. You've got to try and strip the football away from Sulphur.
Marlow will use their final timeout with 3:02 to play, down 14-13, but Sulphur inching closer to a 5-0 start of the district. We'll be back for the conclusion after this on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
When your business is agriculture, you want a bank behind you that doesn't cut and run at the first sign that there will be some tough times ahead. There are good years and there are always bad years. At Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, we're here for them all. Agriculture, it's the backbone of our local community. We believe in it. We invest in it. We're here for the long haul. If you're in agriculture, it's time to let Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma make your best even better. Contact a loan officer today. Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, the area's leading lender in agriculture.
Imagine a school with more than 26,000 enrollments per year, cultivating opportunities for students to develop new skills and gain industry-recognized certification. Now imagine a corporate training center that partners with more than 500 local businesses each year, providing a productive and prepared workforce for employers in Oklahoma through customized training. Now, imagine a community resource who believes our business thrives when our community thrives. We aren't just the local VOTEC, we are Autry Technology Center.
First down and 10, Sulphur at the Marlow 40-yard line. Mobley is the quarterback out of the Wildcat, running left, cuts right. Mobley stood up at the 38, twisted backwards. They say his forward progress ended at the 39, so a gain of 1, but right now they are content to work the clock. They will take that play clock as deep as they can. The next snap will come with a little more than 2 minutes to go because the Outlaws have extinguished their timeouts.
Yeah, first down here on this possession pretty much is going to end it for Sulphur, and they're going to pick up the victory if they get that first down.
Colton Cole, who was the starter at quarterback, for the most part has been used as a tight end. He is tied in to the far side. 2nd and 9 to the 39-yard line. Mobley out of the Wildcat. Garrett in the backfield. Mobley hands it to Garrett straight ahead, and he burrows his way down to the 36-yard line, a gain of 3. And the next snap will come around a minute 20 to play in the ball game, and Sulphur closed it in a hard-fought victory over 3A District 2 rival Marlow. The Outlaws won the 2021 title as a member of Class 2A. This is their second year in District 3. Third down and 6. 10th or 9th play of the drive. That has taken exactly 4 minutes, and the clock continuing to wind. We're under a minute and a half to go. They'll snap it with 1 second. Mobley out of the Wildcat. Runs wide right, gets to the corner, has a first down. Mobley is then knocked down inbounds at the 25-yard line, and that will cement the victory.
Well, who better to finish it off than Mobley, because it's been him here in the second half with a lot of these big runs, and another good run as he picks up, it looks like about 14, and then you go to your favorite play on offense, the victory formation.
1 minute to play. Give him 12 from the 36 to the 24. And again, Marlow would like to have that one timeout back that they had to burn on offense because they were about to be called for a delay of game. Now Cole is in there. He'll handle the snap as they will go into a kneel-down formation. And they'll snap it one more time. Clock is at 40 seconds to play. Sulphur will beat Marlow. They will move to 6-2. Marlow will be 8-1. Sulphur, who has a huge game next week at defending state champion Heritage Hall, will tie the Chargers, a top 3 District 2 with a 5-0 record. And they will not force them to snap the ball again. And Sulphur jumps for joy. The Bulldogs have handed Marlow the loss. Our final score tonight here at Calvin A.G. Field. Sulphur 14, Marlow 13. We'll be back to wrap it up from Southern Oklahoma after this timeout on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
For more than 100 years, Oklahoma Career Tech has been training skilled and dedicated individuals, giving clear career paths to over 90,000 graduates a year. These individuals are the heartbeat of the Oklahoma workforce, serving thousands of companies, fueling this state's economy. Oklahoma is powered by Career Tech.
Is your spouse's snoring becoming an issue? Have you been told that you need a sleep study but refuse to go into a sleep lab? Then Next Gen Sleep is here to help with our innovative solution for the evaluation, testing, and treatment of sleep apnea. Next Gen is proud to offer this FDA-approved, convenient, and affordable solution that can be done all from the comfort of your own home. Call today to get started. 405-308-3324 or email us at information@nextgensleep.com.
So, not real big on paying bank fees? Well, that's okay. It means you're smart with your money and you know how to get a good deal. You're a credit union kind of person, and Communication Federal is your kind of credit union. In fact, Pay Me Checking puts real money right into your account every time you use your Visa debit card, online or in stores. Pay Me Checking, the free account that pays you, only from Communication Federal Credit Union. So, not real big on...
Hi, again, everybody, and welcome back here to Sulphur, Oklahoma. Calvin A.G. Field, home of the winners tonight. 3A number 6, Sulphur, by a point over previously unbeaten in number 3 Marlow, 14-13. And I'll tell you what, Marlow has no shame. They laid it all out there on the field. They certainly hurt themselves, Dustin, with a lot of penalties late in the first half and into the second half. It was a game that was there for the taking, but you tip your hat to Sulphur. Defensively, they controlled this game, and they did so likewise out of the Wildcat with Maddox Mobley.
They certainly did. Again, the first half, even though Sulphur led 7-6, you know, Marlow made all the big plays and had the turnover, but again, it comes down to an extra point miss. Think about that, Todd.
Yeah.
You know, that was a big part of the game, is that missed extra point, and that ultimately has ended up being the difference tonight. Again, I don't think that's, you know, again, we see it at 14-13 on the score, but Marlow had a number of opportunities tonight, again, but credit to Sulphur. That offensive line, they decided to just stick with what worked, and that was Maddox Mobley in the second half, running out of that Wildcat, and again, it was left, it was right. A lot of the success, though, was mainly up the middle tonight from Sulphur. And, again, that big offensive line, you just run behind it, and you saw what happened here in the second half when they do that.
These are two really good football teams, and right now, the way it's shaking out, unless Marlow can get some help, as good as they are, unbeaten after 8 games, they likely will be out of the road for the first round of the 3A playoffs. And that's a shame because these three, Heritage Hall and these two, are both very quality teams that could make a run.
No question. And how about Sulphur? Again, you lose your first 2 games of the season. Now all of a sudden you reel off 6 straight. And, you know, of course, you got to go on the road to play Heritage Hall next week. But they should be a very confident team going into that matchup next week with Heritage Hall after the way they perform not only over the last 5 games, but then here tonight against Marlow.
7-6 Bulldogs at the break. The only score to the second half. Marlow on a one-play 43-yard drive after a muff punt from Mobley. Gilbert a 43-yard pass to Dittner, and the extra point was good. It was 13-7 at that point. And then the answer of the night came with 9:38 to go. A drive that started at the Marlow 46-yard line, concluded with 6:39 to play in the quarter. 7 plays, 46 yards later, Mobley a 9-yard touchdown run. Cole the extra point. And that extra point, as Dustin alluded to, was the difference. 14-13 Bulldogs. So that's going to wrap it up tonight here from, again, Calvin A.G. Field. We've appreciated the hospitality showed us tonight by Sulphur High School and their administration. Dustin, I'll see you in less than 24 hours. I'll be back at it again, although on different sides of the booth.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that one. You and I are in Shawnee tomorrow for Northwestern Oklahoma Baptist. You'll be in the booth. I will be on top of it tomorrow in the elements, but looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. I know it's homecoming for you guys tomorrow.
I don't think you're going to be in the elements. I think it's going to be a pretty good night. Hey, man, I enjoyed it. It's been a long time since you and I have had a chance to share a broadcast together.
It certainly has. And, again, I know it's been several years since you and I have been able to work together on a broadcast, and hopefully this is the first of many.
I agree, my friend. That's going to wrap it up. Final score tonight, Sulphur beats Marlow 14-13. For Dustin Goodnow, for Ellis Sunken, for Camden Billy, I'm Todd Miller. We'll see you down the line here with the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.